What's happening, Squad Blasters? Unfortunately, the day has come where the technical difficulties have gotten the better of us and we've lost the audio for this episode. We're just using the audio from the phone, so you will hear some dog noises in the background, some crying and things like that. We've polished it up the best we can, so I hope you enjoy it and we still wanted to put the episode out. Love you all very much.
Hello and welcome to episode 59 of the Eldritch Podblast. I am Margaret.
I'm Jack.
And hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How we doing? How we doing, y'all? Brittany Broski, please be my friend.
Please.
Hello, how is everyone doing this fine Monday?
Monday
for
you.
you. What day it is for us, you'll never know.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. It's the Tuesday
it's not
before.
That much of a secret.
Yeah, it really is.
But it do be Tuesday
But it
for
do
us.
be Tuesday for us, but it's Monday for you.
But it do be
Oh my
Monday
god,
for you.
last time we host watch parties on our Discord every episode that goes live. And every single time we do this and we're like, Happy Tuesday for us, everyone's like, what's going on? Have I missed a day?
Am I in the future?
Am I
a day in the future?
Have I got my schedule completely wrong? No, that's just us. We're them little fair tricksters trying to convince you that you.
We're talking about the future, but we're in the past.
Oh my god, hold on. Yes. This is sponsored by the X-Files.
It is sponsored by the X-Files. Thank you, X-Files.
Thank you.
Returning for a new season.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
What's it about?
Confirmed for the X-Files.
Oh, cool.
The files named X.
Cool.
The files that have the name X.
Nice. We are fake fans. We did try to watch the X-Files.
We watched 2 seasons.
Yeah, I watched them. Yeah. Oh my god, we're an X-Files podcast now.
Yeah, we are an X-Files podcast.
I do love the X-Files. I love the vibe of like the 90s, like the paranormal stuff and Fox and Scully and I love it. And I watched it when I was young. Actually, fun fact, the X-Files theme, the intro song and the intro like actual graphic scared me so much when I was a kid.
I can't even remember the graphic.
It's that one bit where that one person who looks like an X is falling into space and he's green and glowing.
Falling into space.
And oh my god, that as a kid, that scared me so much. I used to cry every single time I heard the theme song. That's how bad it scared me.
Am I fucking trauma?
Yeah.
Am I hitting you with some trauma?
No!
It was me this time. It was me.
Yeah, it used to scare me so much. I used to cry every single time I heard it. So, we. Oh, don't! I've grown as a person.
I'm not afraid of the X-Files now.
I'm not scared now. There's still parts of me when I watch it, and it's still scary. Yeah. Anyway, thank you X-Files for sponsoring.
Thank you X-Files for sponsoring the podcast.
How are you? What you've been up to? What you been doing?
What have you been doing?
Oh, cool! Nice. You cut your grass.
No, that was me.
That was you.
Finally,
yeah.
I cut my grass.
Good. I'm so glad. How are you?
I was about to swear.
Yeah.
I'm great.
Yeah,
I'm fantastic.
Good.
I'm brilliant. I'm loving my life.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I got a note from the council that I need to trim a bush.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't see behind my house and I don't walk on the cycle path and apparently it's grown onto the path. So they've given me a letter this morning saying, go trim your bush. I need to go find out which bush it is.
Yeah, and it's like your path. You're bothered. You trim
but it's my bush.
Yeah, but you know.
I do be paying my council tax.
And you do be paying council tax.
I don't be getting much for it.
No. You have to cut your own grass. What?
Like, surely this is what
council tax is for,
right?
But you know.
Especially God, how much council tax I pay.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Don't get me started.
Yeah. I'm good.
How are you? I hadn't finished.
I'm fine.
I hadn't finished. I was having a rant.
I'm fine. To be honest, not much to report. I haven't. What? Man, how many times can I look into this camera and say, not much to report? We haven't really been doing much.
We've been playing a lot of World of Warcraft.
I'm playing a lot of World of Warcraft. We're officially back in.
Yeah.
We still haven't done anything in the Dragon.
No, we're just helping friends level up.
Yeah.
And at the minute, I leveled another druid, and you leveled a monk.
Yeah.
And then I'm leveling a monk, and you're leveling a shadow priest.
Yes, and now I'm leveling a warlock.
And now you're leveling a warlock. So we already have God knows how many at level 60.
We do.
Waiting to go through the Dragonflight experience.
Yeah.
But we want to wait for all our friends to get there as well.
Yeah.
So we did a little bit of transmog farming.
Yeah, it was good fun.
And we did some mount farming.
Yeah. It's
We tried to get Ashes of Allah. Those of you who know what Ashes of Allah is,
hit me up.
Hit me up.
With Ashes of a Lat, or don't hit me up at all.
We tried Invincible.
Yeah.
We tried...
We're saying this as if we tried them for the first time.
No.
There's been portions of our life that have been dedicated hours and hours and hours to these mounts, and it's disgusting. Oh my god, he clapped me in with no warning. And
clapped it back in.
I don't know if you saw, I was staring into the void.
Vacantly staring into the void.
Oh my god, I think, I don't even want to know what I looked like just then. Oh my god.
And the void was staring back?
Yes, exactly. It said, you smell like beef.
No!
You smell like beef. You smell like beef. That's what the void had for me today.
That's what the void had to say.
Yeah. Check in next week and I'll let you know.
Did you see your entity?
I saw. No. I am the entity.
Oh, you
That's
are
the spot. I am the entity.
You are the entity.
I'm the entity.
Right.
I'm the life-draining entity.
So now you all know.
Yeah.
The entity is Margaret.
Someone,
and she is in the room with you.
Someone the other day was like, we need entity.
We need the entity reveal.
Don't. We
need the entity reveal.
We really don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's only really one more thing we wanted to touch on before we kind of get into topics.
Yeah,
to be
we're going to do it now so we can get out of the way with.
Yeah. So listen up.
Because it's about to get serious.
Yeah.
It's about
we're a serious podcast.
But we aren't for 90% of the time. But
when it comes to these things, we have to be.
We have to be. So, we've grown quite a lot in the last, it's only been going 6 months. So in the last 6 months, it's grown far more than we expected.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, we set our stall out to be we want to set the tone for the channel so everyone understands who we are, where they are, and what to expect from this place. And I feel like we haven't maybe said it enough recently.
Yeah.
And we're maybe getting people in here that we frankly do not want.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. In here, we do not support racism. We do not support homophobia, transphobia. We support absolutely no hate speech towards marginalised communities. And we never will. And if you try and excuse that behaviour, if you try and support that behaviour, if you try and fucking talk about that behaviour in a positive way at all, ever, you do not belong here. I don't want this channel to grow if you are a part of it.
Yeah. We would rather have no growth than have you here.
Yeah, I would rather literally sit at the exact amount of subscribers we've got now for the rest of the time than take on one of you people.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we're saying this not out of thin air. We're saying it because, again, recently, especially with TikTok, we're coming up to 30,000 subscribers on TikTok. TikTok is a cesspit, and we all know it.
You're going to have a couple of bad apples in.
And some people from TikTok come over to YouTube, and we've seen a lot of, racism sympathy.
Yeah, sympathising.
We've seen, a lot of, misogyny sympathy.
We've seen a lot of, excusing.
Yeah, and I say a lot.
Things.
It's not a lot,
but to us, as soon as we see it, that's too much.
It's actually very few and far between.
It's too much.
But we just want to make it so clear, if we haven't already, and we haven't said it in a while, if you, in any way, start a sentence with, well, actually, it's not inherently racist, oh, that's not really sexism, then this isn't the place for you.
No, you don't belong here, and I don't want you here, and I never want you here, and you should, I think the thing that just fucking winds up to no end, it's you should, you're not thinking about what you're saying enough.
Yeah.
You are oh, well, it's, we talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and sadly, in Dungeons and Dragons games, there are highlights of these things.
Yeah.
And look, like we've said before, these things can get brought up in a comfortable, safe environment where we are exploring these things for the right reasons. But the problem is, you aren't saying them with the right reasons in mind. You aren't thinking about what you're saying. And look, learn and grow.
Yeah, and I think the overall message, apart from just that, is if you hear us say something where we are calling something racist, or we are explaining how a situation is misogynistic or sexist, you are well within your right to have a discussion about it. But at the same time, you also have to be willing to look at your point of view and also challenge why you think that isn't racist.
Yeah.
And as well as that, we do not hold a space for sympathizers for any hate.
No.
And if you're coming in here wanting to argue those points but not challenge your own viewpoint,
then you don't belong
then
here.
Get the fuck out of here.
You do not belong here. And we said it before, and we'll say it again. We said this when we had fucking 1,000 subscribers, fucking months ago. We don't care if this channel doesn't grow fast. We don't care if this channel doesn't grow as quick as it could, because we do not want to accept people we do not want here and we do not believe belong here. And I hold that value harder than I have ever had before, because we have fucking created a community here that looks after each other, that holds each other with fucking respect, and does not accept those things. And if you think those things are acceptable, you don't belong here. We don't want you here. Do not subscribe. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never change my stance on that.
The safety of our community and making sure everyone is safe, welcomed, and comfortable is more important to us than numbers on a screen.
Yeah.
Than a YouTube AdSense payout. Than subscribers and views.
Literally nothing.
Totally.
In comparison to what we are trying to build here.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the end of it.
That's that.
Let's shake it out.
That. Yep. I want everyone here to know.
Let's hydrate the hate away.
Everyone here is welcome. You are safe. We will do everything in our power.
I'll fight them all.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. We will absolutely fight them all.
I'll fight them until the day is done. Yeah. We want to make sure that is at the forefront, at the fucking first thing that people see and hear about the Eldritch Podblast is it is a fucking safe space for these people in these communities.
Yep.
And it always will be. And we love you.
We do. We do. Oh, we do. We do so much. Shake it out!
Get it out! Oh my god! Get the sage! Sage the racist away! Sage them away!
Please! If only it was that easy!
It's true fact that sage is the deterrent for racists.
Is it? To be fair, yeah, they probably look at that and they go snowflakes and then they leave.
Snowflakes.
Alright, okay.
That's a fun case, baby. I'm a snowflake.
Alright, okay, so 20 minutes in. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Campaign update.
No, actually. We have to roll another challenge. We're rolling another challenge.
We're rolling another challenge for the corrupted homebrew challenge.
Yes, so
we had some fantastic submissions for the character, which we will be announcing the winner for next episode on Thursday. So tune in. If you're one of the many people who put in submissions.
I'm so excited to go through and read them all. I really can't wait. I'm so excited. You all loved the corrupted theme.
Of course you did, because you're a bunch of edgelords.
Because you're an edgelord.
Because you're a bunch of edgelords.
So today we are rolling the... also, we have taken it down from 4 challenges within a theme to 3, so this is going to be the second challenge.
Yes.
And we are going to roll on the table to see what you're creating in the corrupted theme.
It's me! You're rolling today.
I get to roll today.
It's the moon dice.
It's the moon dice.
Mwah.
Mwah. Very good. Thank you. Okay. So, I will do the thing where I ask every single time what we want out of this.
I get to hold
You get to hold it.
What do I want? Everybody wants an NPC.
Yeah.
So I want an NPC for you.
Yeah, I feel like character was kind of similar to an NPC.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I want monster.
Yeah, you want monster.
I want monster.
I would like a god or a patron.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Corrupted god.
I would also like a feat. Honestly, like,
you like feet?
I do. Confirmed.
Feet.
Confirmed. I like feet.
Eldritch Podblast feet picks when?
Well, you have to pay for that, so I'll give them to you. You just have to pay for it. Yeah. Okay. So I'll roll.
Go for it.
Are you ready? We kissed the dice. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we kissed the dice.
It's a 13.
Already had that.
Okay, no, it's then cut Margaret. I think Margaret cut that out.
No, you don't know.
It's a 15.
God. Deity or patron.
Yeah.
So for the second homebrew challenge of corrupted, out of 3, there's not 4 anymore. There's only 3. So this is the middle one.
This is the second to last.
It's the second to last,
but also the second.
We are doing a god, a patron, or deity.
That is so exciting. So you have exactly 1 week, which is going to be Monday the 14th.
Is when it'll close.
Is when this will close. And all entries and submissions are taken through our Discord. We have a whole category and channel set up.
Which is what this QR code is for.
There is going to be a guideline on how to submit this.
Submit it,
to
formats
be honest,
if you want it. We sort of don't, like, you just sort of take the reins and go with it.
Yeah, we don't have any hard rules. This can, obviously it's D&D, it can be whatever you want.
Anything, as long as it's corrupted.
The only hard rule we have is please keep your submission to 1 post long, because obviously it's a lot for us to read through.
Yes.
So that's it. That's the only hard rule, is you must contain it to 1 message.
1 message, and it needs to be a patron, deity, or god that has been
Corrupted. That's very exciting.
I think that's probably one of the most thematic and most exciting ones on that list.
Agreed.
After you said it, I was like, yeah, corrupted.
Corrupted as well.
A corrupted god, a god that has been corrupted.
Yes, I completely agree.
Was it a bad god, but it's been corrupted by the light?
Oh my god. There's so... Go
you
for
can
it.
do whatever you want.
There's so many options. That is so exciting.
I expect 4,000 submissions.
4,000 submissions? When?
4,000 submissions. To be fair, you guys always put in loads of submissions.
You really do. You really do.
You enjoy it, and I enjoy it, and I love it, and you get to have your things read out on the podcast on a Thursday, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Homebrew Challenge when?
Homebrew Challenge when?
Homebrew Challenge next episode.
Oh my god. And then the winner will be read out
2 weeks from
2 weeks.
2 weeks on Thursday.
2 weeks on Thursday.
For this one.
So yeah, tune in on Thursday for the winner of the corrupted character.
Yeah.
And good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
I really hope you enjoy. I'm very excited.
I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for that one.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
So the only next thing is the campaign update, and then we'll get into topic, innit? We are getting very close to the end. I mentioned in last episode, our friend Matthew was going away to Canada for a couple of weeks.
But he called it Canada.
Canada.
And he said, "I'm going to Canada," and we were all like,
"Oh, is that sport?
What's that? Is that like a word thing?"
Nice.
And he was like, "No, it's Canada."
It's Canada. So we have to wrap it up in 5 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 5 sessions left of our entire campaign.
Which we are on course to do, and I don't even think we'll need the 5 sessions.
Oh, bless
baby.
me. Oh, look at that. Didn't even cover my mouth.
Wow, yeah.
I'm going to cover my own home.
You sneezed right in the mic as well, which is great. Now everyone can hear
Now
that.
everyone's sick. There you go. How's that? Enjoy. So yeah, we have 5 sessions left of our campaign. Is that going to include the wrap-up session, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Because we normally have we finish the actual game, then we have a session afterwards where it's like tying up the loose ends and kind of setting out the future for our characters.
Yeah, role play out goodbyes if there is any plans, and sort of just talk about, and then we finish the role play, and then we basically talk about what does the rest of your character's life look like.
Yeah, it's very bittersweet.
Yeah, it is bittersweet.
I'm excited to kind of finally end it and uncover everything and have the full picture. It's going to be very sad to lose it. Very sad. It's going to be horrible, I think. You'll know what it's like when you finish a campaign. Painful, isn't it? It's sad. It's like losing someone in a way.
Yeah,
you
lose your character, don't you? And you lose the NPCs that you, and just lose the campaign, the setting.
Yeah, it feels it's very bittersweet. Is the best way I can put it, honestly. So on to the update, I guess. So
yes.
Oh my god. Last update I gave you, we did the Fenrir fight.
Yes.
Princess died.
Princess died.
She died. She is dead.
She's dead.
She's dead. So, my god, everyone in the chat was like,
no.
Give Princess a break. Give her a break. So, we started the session with Rayla running over to try and revive her again.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 revivify spells. I had 2 spell slots left and we had 2 diamonds, but you were very much you get 1 chance. I'm not going to let you sit around
I'm not going to let you just sit there and spam heal or revivify.
Yeah, which, that's fair enough.
That just literally takes away any fucking point of rolling for it.
Yeah.
I already some people just ban resurrection.
Yeah.
Some people just let revivify work, and I sit in the middle of you get a chance, and it's probably going to be very much in your favour. And that's it.
Yeah. So we go over, we all have our attempts at bringing down the DC. Her DC was currently 12 because she had died previously. It would have been 10 went up by 2. We all succeeded, so we have brought the DC down to 6.
Yes.
That seems achievable, right?
Yeah.
That seems like there's more numbers above 6 than below 6 on the 20-sided dice.
You need 6 to 20, not 1 to 5.
Yep.
That's what you needed.
That's what you needed. That's what it was.
That's what you need to do.
And of course, Jack was like, "Who wants to roll?"
I said I can roll it if nobody wants to, because I don't want Margaret to roll it and kill TRP, and I don't want TRP. I don't want Abby to roll it and be if I can roll it, I'm sort of it's out of everyone's hands.
Yes, yeah, and it's out of everyone's hands anyway because it's dice. But Abby was like, "I'll roll it."
Yeah.
So she needed a 6. She got a 2.
She rolled a 2.
She rolled a 2.
She rolled.
Priestess died.
Yes, she did.
She didn't make the save.
She did not.
She didn't get it.
No.
And our characters obviously didn't know what was going on. They didn't know why it wasn't working. They weren't even aware that it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Us as players knew. And it was, again, one of those horrible, devastating moments. And it you know, this silence kind of says it all. We didn't really know what to do. We didn't know how to approach it because, again, like I said, we have 5 sessions left of the entire campaign.
You said 5.
Well, yeah. Like, we have
we have an amount
maximum of 5.
A maximum of 5.
And to lose your character at this point is hard.
Yeah, of course it is.
And I'm assuming there had been a conversation between you and Abby about what would happen in the chance that Priestess died.
Yeah.
And you kind of had it so it was like, as this was happening and we were kind of getting closed in on by giants who were coming, we were in the middle of a giant town. We had just killed Fenrir. The giants were flocking to see what had happened. Thankfully, Hrungnir, the giant that we had fought Aya with, managed to step in between us. And not only that, he had managed to bring Igvilf's daughter and her pet dragon, Ezrin, and they managed to actually kind of intercept and put themselves between us as we were trying to deal with Priestess.
Yeah.
And Hrungnir, you know, Hrungnir was the leader of the giants.
He was the leader of the giants. He was the one that led them out into Jotunheim and was supposed to lead them back when the time was right.
The giants hadn't seen him since.
No.
So they were actually kind of taken aback to see him. And Hrungnir kind of pleaded with them and was like, this is not how it was ever supposed to go. And what you're doing is wrong and you know it's wrong.
Yeah.
So either join me, and he pointed at us and he was like, these people are not the problem. These are not the enemy. So join me with them, or Ezrin's going to fucking kill you.
Yeah. And, you know, it's like, he said, like, we were supposed to come back peacefully. We weren't supposed to come back with, like, hate in our hearts and an axe in our hands. That wasn't the way we were supposed to come back. But you are back now. You are here. There is no need to kill anyone else.
Yeah.
Because these people don't have a problem with you.
Yeah.
We can live here along with them. We can all live together, which was the whole point originally.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to kill them, then you've got to get through me.
Yeah.
And he basically said, you either join me or I kill you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, did you roll a persuasion check? I think you rolled.
You guys rolled the persuasion.
We rolled the persuasion checks, and I think one of us got a natural 20.
Yeah, I think you got like a 19 or a 20.
Yeah, really good rolls, basically.
You know, he had a decent plus. It was definitely good enough.
Yeah.
You know, their year is dead. Fenrir was now dead.
Dead.
They sort of saw the sway of the battle turning, and they were just asked in this moment, you either with us or you're against us, and they
joined. They laid down arms and they joined us.
Yeah.
And as this is happening, obviously Priestess has died.
Yeah.
Died, gone. So Rayla isn't good with magic. She doesn't use magic. She really only uses Revivify, right? And she feels very helpless at this point because she can see it's not working. Everyone else is like, oh my god, why is this not working? She sees Igvilf, who is, you know, potentially healed someone in the past, and Rayla's just sat there, like, fucking screaming for Igvilf to help, and is just begging her to help. And Igvilf, obviously, is manning the dragon. She can't come and help.
Slightly busy.
Can't come and help. And everyone's feeling very hopeless. And then Vinriel, who was kind of caught up in the fray, and he had seen the giants lay down arms, and he came over. He kind of pushed through, and he saw the sight at hand, and he saw Priestess. And without really saying anything, he comes up, and he, like, rolls his sleeves up, and he looks at all of us, and he just says, you fucking tell her that she has to name this group after me. And
the whole thing was she turned him into a vampire so they could hunt vampires forever in like a slightly less brutal way, and it was like a whole plan, and she was going to teach him 12 thirst, and like he was basically fundamental to her plans.
Yeah, they had everything planned out. Yeah. Vinriel was kind of Priestess's end game, right?
Yeah, basically.
They were going to together go through and work with the vampires, and Vinriel meant a lot to Priestess. And he basically laid down and he was like, you have to take me instead of her.
He held her hand.
Yeah.
And they laid together.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, the world needs her more than it needs me right now.
Yeah.
And as he said that, like, basically, as his sentence ended, his breathing stopped. And I said to Abby, basically, the whole week leading up to it, I was like, Abby, it is too late in the game for your character to die. Like, I know I've always said, like, death is death, and if we go, we go. But sort of at this point, it would just feel shit. It would feel pointless, and it would feel bad if you were to die now.
It would feel terrible for everyone.
It would feel terrible for me. It would feel for her. It
Everyone.
would feel terrible for the three others around the table who we'd have to introduce a new character now.
It would have been horrible.
Or she'd just have to miss the end of the campaign. Which
Horrible.
So I just said, I was like, sadly, because there has to be some sort of weight to death in the game, like, you will have to lose something.
Yeah.
We talked about, like, what she could lose, and then she came up with the idea of losing Vinriel. Like,
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's give it a go. And I don't know, like, I'll be honest, I was a little bit skeptical, like, is that enough? And then, sort of when the moment happened, because Vinriel had become, like, a massive NPC.
Yeah.
And, like, a really integral part of the group. He'd been fighting with the group for the last, like, 5 sessions, and, you know, he was, like, a recurring NPC.
We'd met him, like, in the very beginning of the campaign as well.
Abby had made him literally fundamental to her plans. Sort of, like, when it happened and we played it out, like, I just began to realise, like, how important it was. And do I say this out loud on the podcast? Because I think some of you don't get what happened. But Abby knows what happened. So when Vinriel died...
I think I know what happened as well.
Go on.
It was the Valkyrie Queen.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know what happened. So, to let you know what happened next, Vinriel laid down, gave his life for priestesses, and Priestess woke up in, like, an empty space, basically, surrounded by mist, and then she saw a winged figure who had a helmet with wings on the helmet, massive wings coming out the back, and Priestess could see Vinriel's soul lift from his body, turn into, like, a little golden orb, and go into her pouch. And she turned to Priestess and said, this is a debt.
Yeah, a debt is owed.
A debt is owed. And from what I've pieced together, we had mentioned before that there's a misty island off Grindel, right? Mm-hmm. And Priestess had, like, a premonition where she saw her soul and her parents' souls on this misty island walking away, right? And I can only assume that island holds the souls of vampires specifically, just vampires. And there's a huge theme of Valkyries, obviously, and I know in lore that there is a queen of the Valkyries as well. I don't see why a random Valkyrie would have just come to her, do you know what I mean? Like, it has to be the queen.
Yeah.
I reckon, and I'm assuming that the queen is going to now take Vinriel's soul to the island. I think I know this because out of context, after the session ended, we had talked about a one-shot possibility where we can go to the island, get Vinriel's soul from the island, etc.
Like, I said, like, after we took a little break after Abby was brought back so everyone could have, like,
5 minutes.
A wee and a drink and stuff like that. And I was just like, I think it would be really nice, instead of trying to just cram this all in now before Matthew goes away to Canada, let's finish the campaign, let's, like, live our lives, and then when everything's settled down in a few months, or half a year or a year, whatever, what we want to do, we'll come back to the campaign. And we'll do, like, a one-shot or, like, a small mini-series where we go to the island and pay the debt.
Yes, we knew that leading up to this, Vinriel's biggest fear was death. Yeah. And, you know, the fact that he gave his life and he died for Priestess says more than, you know, anyone else doing it could have, potentially. And we knew that he was scared of it. We knew he was scared of the nothingness. So, as he did this, Rayla specifically, like, grabbed him and she was like, I promise we're going to find you, and I promise that we're going to make this right, and we promise we're going to get your soul and you're not going to stay there.
Yeah.
And I think everyone shared that sentiment, really. I'm so upset.
It's okay. So,
I really liked Vinriel.
Yeah, Vinriel's a nice guy. So yeah, Vinriel gave his life so TRP could come back.
Yes.
So after she saw that, like, she was revivified.
Yeah.
And they had, like, a little bit of time where they all hugged and then, you know, they caught up with Hrungnir and they caught up with Igvil.
Yeah.
And they sort of began to plan out what was next.
Yeah, well, honestly, like, these sessions leading up, and you will know if you've been at the end of a campaign, and it's kind of like you have that last night before everything happens, right?
Yeah.
That last night where you know you're either going to make it or break it, and everything's going to transpire.
Yeah.
The night we had after this was that night. It was the calm before the storm, the last getting together. And you'll all have one. And it's just really bittersweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, all of you for the last time. We went to an abandoned pub, obviously.
Yeah.
And we spruced it up and we made a space for all the giants outside. And we all sat down together and had a drink and actually enjoyed and had some music. And we actually talked in character about what the future for everyone looked like. And that was the first time we'd done it. And, you know, Priestess was like, my plans now without Vinreal, I don't really know what I'm going to do. We have to get him back. She was like, I still have the responsibility of all the vampires, so I'm still going to do that. It just looks different now, and I don't really know how that's affected it. Igneous was like, I might go back to Stockwagon. I don't really know how much you caught of Josh's backstory, because I think it kind of wrapped up by the time we started doing massive campaign updates.
Yeah, it wrapped before we started doing massive campaign updates.
And basically, Stockwagon is where all the wizards live, and Josh's body is... He had died in a ritual, and his soul was bonded with a bad guy, basically. We killed the bad guy, Igneous died, but one of the NPCs with us, called Orphe, sacrificed his soul to keep Josh's physical body together. So because Josh and Orphe are connected.
Yeah, basically Orphe was one of the people during the ritual who helped it happen, who didn't knowingly do it.
Yeah.
He felt massive guilt, so when he'd met the party, like, when that combat finished, he was sort of like, sort of my responsibility. He's only in this situation because of me.
Yeah, so he thought it was only right.
Orphe still lives on.
Yeah, Orphe's still there.
And he's attached to Josh.
Yeah, we talked about Orphe.
Yeah.
It's so funny saying that out loud, because I realise you probably haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
But Josh was like, I'm probably going to go back to Stockwagon.
Yeah.
I said I wanted to leave and become stronger and get power, and I have, and that's the way that I'll do it. And Orphe was like, yeah, I'd like to go back home. I'd like to do these things with you and teach you. Hermeta was... We had all expected Hermeta to just be like, well, I'm obviously going back to Grindel.
Yeah, the whole point was like, I want to fix Grindel. Grindel was like my pride and joy, and it's destroyed because I wasn't there. But then he found Johannes, and Johannes like went back with him, and Johannes has like sort of built it without him there. And we all expected Matthew to be like, I'm going back to Grindel, and I'm gonna help Johannes like get it back to its greatest.
Yeah, and He said that. He was like, well, I guess... Well, he was kind of more like, well, what do I do? He was... Hermeta was like, well, Priestess, you're going to go become the Queen of the Vampires, and Igneous, you're going to become a powerful wizard. In Rayla, you're going to join Skull and Hearty in Ascent. He's like, what am I going to do? Like, what, I just go back to Grindel, and I just... start hunting again, and I become Earl Johannes's first man again? And he was like, you're all changing the world. You've changed the world. What do I do? And it was very sad, honestly. And we were like, well, Rayla was like, what do you mean change the world? Like, you're changing the world right now. And Priestess was like, this is your fate. What you're doing right now, you're living your legacy right now. Like, that, you don't have to worry about at the end of it. You're living it now. This is your legacy, the moment you're in. You can enjoy it and sit back after this. And Rayla was like, what's the definition of changing the world? She was like, because everyone's world is personal to them. I was like, you've changed my world. You've changed our world. Like, you can't say you haven't changed the world, because you have. And it was just really nice. And then, obviously, finally, everyone was like, so Rayla, what are you doing? And Rayla had kind of said in passing, and I had said out of character that I wanted Rayla to join Skull and Hine, but Rayla was finally like, yeah, like, after this, what choice do I have? I can't pick between you and my family. I can't pick between you and Yggdrasil. Like, I couldn't pick now, so my God has made me an offer, and I'm going to go. And at least when I'm up in the sky, I can watch everyone and make sure everyone's safe from a distance. And Hameta was like, but won't you be so lonely? And Rayla was like, yeah, I will. I will be so lonely, but I would rather spend a lifetime of loneliness and knowing that you're safe than something happening to you but me being fulfilled. I think Rayla has learned through all of this, like, you fight for what you care about. There is no right or wrong. You fight for your friends and your family, and I think that's what she wants to do. So it's sad.
It's sad.
It's sad.
It is sad.
But she's still going to be able to every now and then walk amongst them.
Yeah.
You know, that's the saving grace and all of it, really. But yeah, I think that's what's literally written in the stars for Rayla, to be honest. And everyone's agreed and come to terms with it, and everyone's fine with it.
Yeah.
So that was that. That was kind of like the last night together.
As all of that was happening, there was a discovery made that from Scotland, from Scaleness, which is the capital, which is where the Bifrost is, the Rainbow Bridge had begun to ascend out of like the horizon and up into the sky, which is what everyone would know as the path to Asgard.
Yeah, so we had known that they were doing the repair effort to fix the Bifrost.
That's why they needed all the Odin's Eye members. And
they did, and we were kind of hoping we'd get there maybe just before they fixed it, but we saw it, they fixed it. So we were like, okay, love you guys, but we have to make a plan. So we were like, okay, we need to get to Asgard.
Yeah.
Josh was like, how about we go back to Yggdrasil, and because Yggdrasil holds all of the realms and the branches, how about we just go through Yggdrasil? We were able to teleport through there, and we were all like, that's a fucking great idea.
That's a brilliant idea.
That's a really fucking good idea, Josh.
And like, they had the conversation, and Hrungnir was there, and he was like, I'm going to go meet up with Tia. Tia's currently in Hagilzi and Hagaska, which was where the campaign started.
Yeah.
And I'll take Igbo and have a little talk, and what the plan was they're expecting us to go to Scaleness and like take the fight there and thin out the forces before they get to Asgard.
Yeah.
So what you guys said was, we'll go to the tree and sort of maybe take like the back door into Asgard, and Tia and Hrungnir and Igbilf and Isrin and all of the soldiers that we've accrued along the way are going to march into Scaleness and distract and try and win that battle there while you slip through the back door. Yeah. That was the plan.
Yeah, and also, another huge thing I'm missing, before we left Scotland, Priestess was like, I need to go do something. We had decided we were going to bury Vinriel at Yggdrasil. We didn't really know where his partner had been buried. We didn't really know much about Vinriel, like, in that sense. So
he was a pretty shy person. He didn't give out too much.
Yeah.
He was very confident, but when it came to him
he was very close.
A little bit standoffish.
So we were like, how about we bury him at Yggdrasil? Like, it's an honor, regardless of who you are, to be buried at the World Tree, right? So we have an amulet, put his dead body in the amulet. It's a whole thing. Priestess goes underneath, and she actually gets Odiger's body too. She may or may not have put Odiger's body in the same amulet as Vinriel at the same time. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Why are you talking about it? Stop talking about it. So, as we're leaving, before we go, Priestess is like, before we go, I would like to bury Odiger. And all our characters were like, fucking what? You want to do fucking what? You want to bury Odiger? And Priestess was like, yeah, like, I can't explain it, but yes, he's ruined my life and he changed my life and he destroyed my parents. But if I did not go down that path, if he did not do that to me, because I wouldn't be here now with you. I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have had these experiences. I wouldn't have this power. I wouldn't have refound myself. She was like, before he was a vampire, he was someone. And she was like, and while I do not forgive him, she did forgive him. She was like, I want to wipe the slate clean. She was like, because I've done terrible things. He did terrible things. I want to wipe the slate clean and I want to bury him. So we did. Priestess again said, wipe the slate clean. Rayla was like, I don't fucking forgive you, but I respect my friend. The slate is clean. Matthew met a very similar sentiment. I don't forgive you, but I'm wiping the slate clean. And we buried Odiger.
We did.
Then we left. We decided we were going to go through Yggdrasil to Asgard, and we did.
We did.
We took a moment to bury Vinriel. And I like to do this fucking horrible thing where I like to torture myself and I like to look up funeral poems, and I like to upset myself. And I found a perfect poem, really, that I feel like sums up Rayla. I'm trying to find it now.
Yeah.
It was just a really short, little, gentle one.
It was. It wasn't anything like. It was just a very short but sweet thing that I think described Vinriel quite well.
Can't find it. I'm sorry. I should have prepared this.
It's okay.
It was simply God. I'm gonna upset myself reading this.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It?
Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
So we bury Vinriel. We all kind of say goodbyes. Priestess especially. Priestess had a moment with him before, alone.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Thank you. I wish you didn't do that, but thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do without you now, and I appreciate your sacrifice. And I'm sorry that I brought upon you the thing you feared the most in life, which is death. And I'll repay you one day."
Yeah.
And we bury him. And Rayla simply says, God, are you fucking ready for this, by the way? Oh my God. I loved my friend. He went away from me. Nothing more to say. Poem ends. Soft as it can. I loved my friend. Ow, 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 ouch, ow, ow. I hurt myself. Do you ever do that thing where you just want to upset yourself? Well, you know what? If you want to upset yourself, think about your friends dying in D&D. There you go.
Oh, goodness.
Sadness. So we gave Vinriel fucking burial. I hope you enjoyed it. We promised we'd get him back. Sorry, I was like, I'm going to keep this to half an hour long, but I'm so upset now.
We'll go for They entered the tree the next day.
Yes, we entered the tree.
You had a pit stop.
Yeah, we actually considered, we had the amulet that we could go and visit Loki with. We had the amulet and we considered for a moment going in and trying to talk to him. But you mentioned in the last campaign update, you were like, when I spoke to Skull, being like, "Oh, do you want to say anything to Fenrir before he dies?" And Skull was like, I understand you were always on this path. Like, the path was determined for you. You were like, that might have something to do with something. I actually used sending Skull. So I'm so full of tears to Skull, and I was like, could you elaborate on what the fuck you meant by that? And Skull was basically like, if you could see the path into the future, would you? And would you do anything to change? And in that moment, Rayla was like, oh my God, this actually kind of all is coming together now. So Rayla turns to everyone and she's like, I think I know why Loki is there. I think Odin had a glimpse into the future and he saw what was going to become. He saw Ragnarok and he saw it was at the hands of potentially his son, Loki, or his children. And to protect Loki, because we had found out throughout the session that every single time that Odin and Loki were kind of mentioned in conjunction with each other, was Loki was kind of the apple of Odin's eye, right? And whether that meant because he could get a glimpse into the future, whether it meant he loved his son, I don't know. And we think Odin had locked Loki away to try and prevent Ragnarok. But then the question kind of rears itself of, by trying to prevent something, did you actually end up causing it? Were your actions to... If you see into the future, you don't know what the actions were leading up to it. You just see what happened.
You just see consequences.
And it's one of those time loop things where he saw the future, he saw Ragnarok, he locked Loki away. What if it happened because he locked Loki away? Do you know what I mean? And he tried to stop it, and he's fucked up. So, Rayla was like, we definitely should not go speak to Loki again. Actually, let's not do that. Let's not go speak to Loki again, because we don't really know. We end up getting to Yggdrasil.
Yeah. We
end up going through a portal, and then we kind of get stuck in like this weird in between, and we meet Mimir.
Yeah, you get brought to the World Tree base, and you head out, and there's the pool of serenity that surrounds the World Tree that gives it its life, the water that it feeds from. You see a branch that hangs over the water with a noose hanging from it. Nobody in it, just a noose. And you see like these very misshapen knots and cracks in the trees. They begin to animate, and the World Tree begins to speak to you. And it's someone called Mimir, the wisest man in the realm.
The wisest man in the realm, and he's right in front of us.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, hey, dude. What the fuck is that noose about?
And then you were like, we're trying to get to Asgard. And he was like, sorry, I was asleep. I'll send you there as soon as you want to go.
He was a nice dude, and we kind of were like, what was that for? And he explained it was Odin. Odin basically wanted to gather the most knowledge he could, and he had to go through trials and tribulations to gain this knowledge. And one of them was obviously losing his eye. We all know the one eye of Odin.
The actual it's very loosey goosey, and I'm just I tied small amounts of Norse lore into the Norse-based campaign.
Yeah.
It's not absolute canon, but so the reason Odin only has one eye is because to gain something you have to give something up. So he gave his eye to gain conquer the power of magic.
Yeah.
And you saw the noose, and you're like, well, what's that for? And it was like, well, he wanted to see the future. He wanted to see all of his hard work and how it would pay off, bringing all the realms together. That's what he wanted to see.
Yeah.
He was like, I've come here because I've got a big fucking plan that I'm already setting in place, and I want to see how well it's going to work out. So I'm going to fucking hang myself and give everything to just see into the future.
Yeah.
He doesn't die. You just
you go through the pain.
You go through the pain of death. You go through realizing what death is, and he did that. He didn't see what he wanted to see.
He obviously saw Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And he, Mimir was like, he left very upset. He rushed away, and I haven't seen him since. And that's when it all started, I guess.
Yeah. So the question is, was Ragnarok going to happen anyway, and he tried to prevent it?
Or did he cause it?
Or did he prevent it?
By trying to prevent it.
Cause it?
That's the question.
That you'll never know.
That's the question. So there's a little bit more, but we have been going on for quite a long time.
We've been going on for a very long time.
Yeah.
Do you want to quickly run through it?
No. How about we just put that in the next campaign update?
Come on.
We'll do it on the next. We'll do it on the next one. I know, but it's so long.
Okay.
It's so long. We'll do it in the next one. I promise.
Okay.
How about on Thursday's episode we fill in? We add that little bit in.
Okay.
We'll do that.
We'll do that.
We'll
give you the other half of the campaign update.
I will try to cut out as much as I can to make this an intro not an hour long.
Well, it's not really an intro. This is just a section of the podcast.
Yeah, this is just a section of the podcast.
Just a section of the podcast.
And they're getting long now because obviously there's a lot happening between all of our characters. There's a lot transpiring. It's the end of the campaign.
Sometimes there's a massive fight and not much happens.
Yeah, sometimes there's a lot of roleplay.
Just sit and roleplay. We didn't fight at all that session. We just fucking roleplay for 5 hours.
Yeah. There is another bit which is very jaunty and fun, but we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that on Thursday.
A little bit jaunty.
Yeah,
there was a lot of heaviness, so I wanted to try and lighten it up, which I feel like when
it really did. As you can tell, there's a lot of feelings right now.
Yeah.
I can only speak for myself. Look at me. I'm very emotional right now about the campaign. It's wrapping up. It's very sad. It's going to be the end of my character, who I love very dearly, and I feel. You all love her too, so thank you. And it's a very emotional thing. So there's a lot going on, and
it's sad, isn't it?
It's
just
sad.
sad.
It's very sad.
I don't know. I've gone through it's this campaign's been so tough for me because it's second campaign, and I enjoyed my first one, and it was great, and I'm not trying to fucking blow my own trumpet, but this campaign has been leaps and bounds better than the last.
Totally. You can see how you've evolved in storytelling.
The storytelling, the world building.
Yeah.
I feel like I've built way more of a world this
You
time.
have, definitely.
And I don't know, it just feels like I'm just sad in it. Because like it's been tough because I've had so much going on like in my personal life with the podcast, with work, that sometimes it's felt like a little bit of a chore.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just look back and I'm like, fucking hell. And like I hear you like say those things. I'm like, it's all gonna be over.
It is all gonna be over.
Oh, and I'm gonna lose it.
But once again, is it better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all? You know?
Yeah, I know.
Like, well, the thing is, we have it immortalized now as well in terms of this. And when it's all over, well, all of us, the whole party, will get together and we'll all do like a catch-up podcast. We'll go through everything.
Yeah.
The logistics of it, we don't really know. We don't have any more mics.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll just see how it goes.
And it'll be a little bit different. So
Yeah.
hopefully you'll tune in if you want to, and it'll probably be long as fuck.
It'll be really long. It'll probably be like fucking 4 hours
We'll
long.
probably get some
honestly.
pizza, and we can all just chill out
Yeah.
and just like sit and talk.
Yeah,
all that good
definitely.
Anyway, let's get on to topic.
Yeah, wow, an hour in.
Oh my goodness.
Again, listen, if you didn't care about this, I know you won't be hearing this much. If you have timestamps, you can skip to the timestamp.
Skip to the timestamp so if you don't care about it. But why don't you care about it? What the actual fuck?
Oh my god, alright, so this is Am I the Arsehole?
Am I the Arsehole?
Is it? Yes, it is.
Yes,
It's
it
Am I
is.
the Arsehole? Oh my
It's
god.
Am I the Arsehole D&D edition?
Am I the Arsehole D&D edition, baby? A lot of these are submissions. There's a couple that I've taken from the Reddit. I will distinguish between them.
Between the two?
What they are. And thank you so much to everyone who sent in Am I the Arsehole submissions.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. If you fueled this podcast and, we would just go to the Reddit if not, but it's so nice to be able to take from the community.
It is. It really is.
It feels
Thank
really
you
good.
very much.
So, thank you very much.
So, this has been sent in by Anonymous, and he goes by he, him.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Anonymous.
Thank you, Anonymous. So my party was exploring an underground dungeon, and a few levels deep, we ran into a vampire that attacked us with a horde of zombies and what looked like malnourished ghosts. The DM revealed that the ghouls were actually captured children that the vampire had charmed from the local village to attack us. While most of the party focused on the zombies, one of our players, a goblin wizard, decided to start slaughtering the children. My character, a lawful good dwarf paladin, yelled at him that they were just children, in case he thought that they were still ghouls or something. But he continued to attack them. Horrified, my dwarf ran up to him and snatched his magic wand, winning a strength roll contest. The player then accused me of metagaming, started yelling at me to give it back, and proceeded to attack me with his highest level spells until I gave it back. It broke out into a big argument about what constitutes metagaming, and I did end up giving the wand back, but I still feel I was justified in playing that way. Was I in the wrong for reacting how I feel my character would in such a horrific situation?
We don't have the gavels.
We don't have the gavels.
Giveth me the gavel.
God.
We have got gavels.
So we went to go get our gavels. Thank you.
I can only make an opinion with the gavel.
Yep. Thank you so much, Kay, for sending us the gavels. Kay's our mod, and she sent them to us.
Yes. Not the asshole.
No. Not the arsehole, no. And again, I feel like, how is this metagaming when the DM had said they're actually children?
So there's two things. Okay. So like the combat starts. You see these. What do they describe them as? Tormented souls?
Yeah, the
malnourished ghouls.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no. And then the DM says to you. The DM only says it to you because you realise. The DM only says it to you because it's something that you now know. And it's like every time the DM says something to you, you take it as, okay, that's information that I know, that's why the DM's giving it to me.
Yeah.
So, the thing is, let's just say that you didn't know in the heat of battle and you're still doing it. As soon as the paladin turns to this wizard and says,
they're just children.
They're just children, stop killing them, you can't argue what's metagaming and what's not.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Because the paladin has told you, in character, they're children, not spirits.
Yeah, and the DM revealed that they were actually just captured children that were charmed.
What's the point in DM information if you're just going to ignore it when you want to?
Yeah, and tell me you're a murder hobo without telling me you're a fucking murder hobo, first of all.
Why do you want to kill kids?
Yeah, why do you want to do that?
What's wrong with you?
Why? And you know what? I understand as the DM, you put these things in to see how your characters are going to react.
So you say that. I think your DM puts these in because it makes combat
a second objective.
Yeah, it's like
that's
you basically have to go through the fight
and not hurt the children,
soaking up the damage from the children,
but
not giving it back to them.
Yeah,
it makes it tough, and that's the point.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You put these in to see how they're going to react, to see how they're going to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think for a second the DM expected who was it?
The Goblin Wizard.
The Goblin Wizard to actually
just start murdering
strike
children.
down the children.
What's wrong with you?
You know what I mean? What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What is wrong with
and
you?
It's like I've played in a campaign where somebody has done something like this.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a sorcerer or a wizard or something like that like used burning hands on a child in the middle of a city, and then they were surprised when they were taken to prison.
Oh my god, I don't recall this at all.
You do.
I really don't.
You do.
Oh my god, have I just blacked that out?
I think you might have.
Oh.
And it's like, yes, oh my goodness, there's real life consequences to your actions.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing is, it's like, I understand, OP, you're like, I snatched his wand. Like, there is ways to deal with it, like maybe, well, no, I was going to say, like, casting, like, I don't know.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. Like, I don't think at that moment where you've been told by the Dungeon Master, you've been told by the player, yet you're still doing that.
Yeah, I know.
I think...
Like, what's the reason to do that?
Snatching the wand is more than in the right... Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you're basically taking an implement of destruction away from a murderer.
Like, I was going to say, like, maybe cast, like, some terrain stuff. or like, I was going to say cast hold person, but I mean, even then, that's exactly the same thing as taking the wand, really,
and,
isn't
you have to
it?
be a very high level power to get that.
Like, the only thing I would say is, like, if there has been a rule about, strictly no PvP, and I know you can say that taking the wand isn't necessarily PvP, but it is, in a way.
It is. No,
like,
you're right,
that's the only situation, but at the same time, I know for a fact if that happened in any of our games, our characters would probably do worse.
It's like, oh my god, yeah, I'd run up to you and I'd try and snatch your wand.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Like, I know our characters would absolutely... Like, you know, if we were posed to that situation, we'd do everything we could. We've been in these situations, not with children.
Those situations. No, but you had, the lost ones from the last
exactly,
campaign.
where we didn't want to hurt them.
And you did, like, it was a absolute detriment for you to not kill those lost ones.
Yeah.
But you did everything you could to not kill them.
Yeah.
Like, everything.
I think we ended up killing one.
Yeah, and that was
accident.
by accident.
Yeah.
And Matthew literally felt bad for the entire campaign from that point. 'Cause it was him who did it. And it's like, they're the emotions and they're the tough choices that you need to make in D&D. And that's what your Dungeon Master puts it in for. It's not just more cannon fodder for your magic missiles.
Yeah, agreed. I just think that is so rancid vibes to see that they were children and continue killing them. What's wrong with you?
Not only by the DM, but then by your player, and be like, what are you doing?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And you'd be like, you're metagaming.
Like, the thing is, the argument of your metagaming doesn't hold up at all. I would understand a bit more if it was your PvPing, but even then, why the fuck are you killing kids? It's fucking free.
The Dungeon Master tells you things because you see them. Like, it's like you notice that these aren't spirits, they're the children of the town that you're trying to help. It's like, oh, well, no, I don't. It's like, no, the DM's telling you do. You do. You know it. And then not only did the DM tell you, the player literally shouted at you and you're still trying it.
Yeah, like, first of all, the conversation of the metagaming thing, not even relevant.
Not even relevant.
The slightest.
Literally not relevant.
Not relevant in the slightest. And they said, are you in the wrong for reacting how I feel my character would? No, because I think I would like to hope anyone's character would also do that.
I'd fucking grab the wand. That's nothing. I'd take that out and just go, oh no!
The only place I can see that the other person had legs to stand on is the no PvP thing. But even then, that's not what they're arguing.
The thing is, it's not like I went over and I started to beat up the wizard because it's like I just try and snatch the thing that he's casting his spells from, like his arcane focus, so he can stop. It's like that's a very viable tactic. It's not like I go over and try and like knock him unconscious.
Yeah, agreed.
Ooh,
you stink.
You stink, Goblin Wizard.
OP, you're not the
You're
arsehole.
Not stinky.
The Goblin Wizard is absolutely arsehole.
You're very restful. The Goblin Wizard is unrestful.
I want to know what the DM's perspective of this was as well.
Surely the DM sides of the Paladin because that's why the DM said the words their children.
By the way, like I want to know what the DM what was going on in the DM's head. I
hate this Goblin Wizard.
Oh, thank you, OP. Thank you very much for sending in your submission.
Thanks for your submission.
This next one is from the Reddit. So,
the Reddit.
Am I the asshole for wanting to enjoy the game? Hello, everyone. I'm looking for some advice. Myself and a close friend of mine play D&D twice a week, and one of our sessions meet late in the week. with one of our sessions meeting late in the week. Sorry.
That's fine. A little bit of backstory.
Our DM for the last late week session is fairly new to being a DM, having only hosted one completed campaign thus far that we have played through. In our current campaign, we were having trouble with this DM. To explain, we are both casters and we have both found a few spells that we greatly enjoy using and we use them a lot. My friend found their special spell in the previous campaign and decided to continue using it in the current one. One of the spells that I have come to use often in battle has an effect that will cause damage to those around my target, regardless of if the attack succeeds or fails. This has led to nearly half of the party forming a pact that should anyone get hit by the splash damage of this spell again, that their characters would all attack mine regardless of the situation. To make matters worse, this discussion as pact was held at the table mid-session in front of the DM, who said nothing. This was after our party tried to blame my character for damaging a building in the city after we were all arrested because we had to fight off a feral, vicious beast that one of our party let out of a cage because they wanted to make it their pet. We came to learn a few sessions later the building I damaged was housing enemies of the kingdom, and my accidental destruction nearly killed them before they were a threat. Even so, no one said anything about it except how I was reckless with my spells and how they consider me a threat to upcast. As a result, I have currently resigned to not participating in battle at all, so as to not offend anyone at the table by using any spells that could harm them. In fact, in the battle against the enemies in the building I damaged, which came after we were arrested and we had to pay the repair fees, I had my character that was forced to go with the party instead of staying at the inn, leave the battle to go back to the inn specifically to not be involved with more guards or to accidentally hit my party with my spells. Similarly, my friend found great difficulty in casting their favoured spell as our DM does not let them. There is no rule that they cannot use the spell, but anytime they go to cast it, our DM always has some reason why they shouldn't, or why they shouldn't use it where they want to. For example, in the battle my character left, they attempted to cast this spell to block the only exit to the room the enemies were in. But the DM decided it was pointless, as we had allies in the room blocking the exit for them already. In the previous campaign, our DM got tired of my friend using this spell so often that they would openly say that they would look or make an enemy who resisted or immune to the damage dealt by the spell to get them to stop. This was despite the fact that the spell had been used to defeat various enemies multiple times when little else was working. In addition, we have a member of our party who is regularly absent and makes no attempt to participate in other ways. When they do appear for a session, they are usually late, leave early, and do not know how to play. We've had to sit through recap of the previous sessions to catch them up, wait for the DM to update their character sheets, and the DM will often take over their character for them when they leave. On the other hand, my friend has had some medical trouble recently that has forced them to be unable to attend in person, so they tried to play with the party through online chat to varying degrees of success. As of late, our campaign has spent 3 sessions, 9 hours, for 1 day of exploring a city, including having freed/fought the beast and being tried for damage. Are we bad players by doing what we have, or do we just have a bad party and a bad...
Everyone is the asshole.
Everyone sucks here! Everyone sucks!
Every single person is the asshole here.
Jesus Christ,
Fucking
what
hell.
a roller coaster.
Where do we begin? Where do we begin to break this down?
I feel like there's a million fucking points in here, but let's just call it what it is. They're casting Fireball.
Okay, if that's what it is, fair enough. Okay.
They're casting some degree of something like Fireball.
I do wish you had told me what spell it was.
I do wish I knew what spell it was.
But I think you didn't, because you know the connotations attached to Fireball.
Yes.
So let's just say we don't know what spell it is. Okay, so.
But we know for a fact that the allies get regularly hit by it, and they get hit so often they have all formed a pact to, if they get hit by it one more time, to attack Opie's character.
So look, that's not the solution.
That's not the way you deal with it.
Attacking your friends because they use spell isn't the solution. Let's just talk about it and say, let's please not do it, and let's find a middle ground. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Are you all 14?
It's not a good look to say, well, I'm just not going to fucking I'm not going to cast, I'm never going to cast a spell ever again.
Oh
In fact,
my God.
I set my fucking spellbook on fire and I leave.
I walk away.
And I actually go to the tavern.
We're in a fight. I'm actually going to spend all of my rounds walking to the tavern, so I don't have to get involved. So I don't have to hurt anyone.
That is not a good look for you.
Oh no, that's a terrible look.
You look like a toddler.
Yeah.
Your friends shouldn't have made a pact where they just
no.
With a spell.
And you know what? You're right. Your DM should have stepped in. Like,
and also, your DM.
Yeah, oh my God, and the DM.
Like telling people that they can't cast spells because, like, look, there are spells that are a little bit busted in the game.
Yeah.
But like, just telling people that they can't cast it. And telling people that no, you can't do that because this person said it's like, why are you telling people that you can and can't do? Yeah.
Like this whole thing,
it's just
right?
A mess. It's
sounds like
just a fucking hot pile of garbage.
It's just loads of people who are angry at each other, but they're not telling each other that they're angry at each other.
Like, fucking hell.
Oh my God.
Manage your emotions better.
Please.
Seriously.
Oh my God. Like, you all suck here.
All suck.
You know what? To be fair, apart from your friend who said they had like a medical accident, there's nothing wrong with that.
And who got the spell taken away from him because the DM didn't understand how to sort it out.
Yeah.
I would say that friend's the only one that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
But also, was he part of the mob that just beat you up if you hit them with a fireball?
Yeah.
Like, just like, there is actually something called, it's a little bit crazy. You may have never heard of this phenomenon before. It's taking the world by storm, actually.
Oh.
It's called talking.
Wow.
And it's called using words.
Oh my God.
And it's called communication.
Oh my God.
And with these submissions, nobody does this.
No.
So I think it's something that we need to begin to implement. But what you should actually do is talk to each other.
Just have a little chit chat.
Just talk.
Just have a little chit chat.
Just talk about what's going on.
You know, realistically, the DM should have said, look, I can't balance this spell. I don't like you using this spell. Please, can we just take it out of the game? Or can we please have some sort of X, Y, and Z that work with this spell like this?
Yeah, or try and adapt a little bit.
To
learn how to maybe counter it now and then.
Yeah, obviously,
overcome it now and then. Because the thing is, it's like, if you just overcome the thing that your party does all the time, that just feels like shit.
Yeah,
because it's like, the whole point is, you want to optimize, you want to use the powerful spells, because then they feel good, and they should work, and they should be able to defeat enemies. But every now and then, if you overcome it, if you find a way to counter it, the party has to go, okay, that didn't work this time, what do we do now?
Yeah.
And that feels good.
Yeah.
But if you do it all the time, it feels like shit.
Agreed. And then if you're also going, I'm just going to make them have immunity to it, like...
That doesn't feel good.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good. And honestly, I'm also in the pack of, if you don't want someone to use the spell, just tell them. Like, I'm in the pack of, like, just tell them.
Yeah.
And just simply ban it. If you can't, for whatever reason, work a way around it, just ban it.
Because the thing is, it's like, I say, like, learn and adapt, but some people don't know how.
Some people don't know how.
But, I think you should try.
I know, I completely agree.
You should try and learn and adapt before you just ban.
Sometimes there's also a point where there is such negative connotation towards something. The second someone does the thing, everyone's going to be like, ugh. And I think in cases like that, it's better just to fucking ban it. Like, that's my opinion.
Very bad.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's what I would do.
No. You can't have an opinion.
My opinion.
Wham and no opinion.
My opinion.
No opinion.
No, please.
But that's fine. And, like, if you can't overcome something and you can't, then I guess you can have that conversation.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But you didn't do that.
No, you didn't do that. And then, OP. Oh my God. Like, OP as well, being like, oh, I did all this damage and it was an accident. It's like, just be more fucking careful.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do, OP. Just be a bit more fucking careful.
Everyone
consider
sucks
it.
here.
Everyone sucks here.
Every single person. Apart from the friend who had the spell taken from them.
Yeah. And
unless that person was part of the mob who beat you up when you hit them with the spell. Everyone sucks here.
Are we just bad players, or do we have a bad party GM? You are all bad.
You are all bad.
You are all bad.
Every single one of you has room to grow.
Yeah,
but
bad.
the thing is, none of you will realise this.
Bad. Oh.
And we'll just blame everybody else.
Yeah, just talk.
Oh, no. Don't you dare ask us to communicate. Don't you dare say those sacred words.
Okay, so this next one, this has been sent in by Anonymous, and he goes by he, him.
Thank you, Anonymous, he, him, for your submission.
So hey guys, love the podcast. I'm a relatively new player. I started about a year and a half ago.
Welcome. We love you.
Enjoy.
As long as you're not a racist.
In which case, get the fuck out.
In case me.
I was playing the Lost Minds of Phandelver module from the starter box with 5 other friends, one of which was the DM. We were all new to the game and none of us had any previous experience. After a few sessions playing as a noble elven sorcerer, who was the twin brother to another player, she was also an elven sorcerer, we played a fire and ice themed characters.
Love it.
I realised quickly that a sorcerer wasn't the class for me, and the fact that 2 of us were essentially playing the same character, it became a bit boring.
Fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
I can see how that...
Fair.
Yeah.
Somebody, does their magic and then you go after them in the initiative and you want to do that.
Yeah, I can see it.
It can be done very well, and, but if when one fighter action surges, the other fighter's action surge just doesn't feel as good.
I agree.
And I get that, and if you're happy to do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine, but,
agree.
Some people don't like it.
I can see this perspective of it.
I get it.
I talked to the DM about changing my character. We worked out a way and a story reason for why my character would leave the group and why my new one would join the party. I created an Aarakocra life domain cleric and I was excited to play the new character. It started out well, however, after a few sessions with my new character and one of the other players, let's call him Tim, was playing a Gith Yankee fighter. Tim began to, in increasingly frequency, make sly comments or make jabs at me about my character. They made the fun about the fact that I was just a healer, or weak. But he would also have a go at me for decisions I made during combat. Things like, why aren't you helping me? Why aren't you attacking the bad guy when I chose to heal myself for others, or try to hide or move out of the way so our spellcasters could use AoE spells? The situation reached its peak when his character found a +1 magic sword. Then when we returned to the town, he had the phrase, birds suck ass engraved into the blade. Tim made it very clear that this was meant to be targeted at me. I would like to make it clear that I never once made fun of him for his character or any decisions he made. And then the DM allowed this to happen, and it kind of upset me.
Birds suck ass.
So after this, I would actively not heal his character when in combat. Petty, I know. Am I the asshole for reacting so negatively to this or not taking the high road? Should I have just said something to the DM? I just feel it's really uncool to actively try to make a player feel bad about their character. Thanks, Kiss.
Tim's assault.
Birds suck ass.
Birds suck ass.
Birds suck ass.
Oh,
First of all, Tim, what the fuck is your problem, dude?
What is your problem?
What's your problem?
Why? Like, the thing is, it's like, it's not up to you what somebody else does with their turn, so, like, get your fucking...
Oh, yes, shut the fuck up.
Get my wife's name out your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, my God!
Bam!
Sorry, that was probably really loud.
No, it's okay, it's fine. Just stop commenting on other people's turns. Like, other people have a different perspective to you in combat. Like, other people have different agendas in combat. This person's a healer, you're a tank or a DPS or whatever, and you want to do loads of damage. Like, stop just asking, like, what are you doing?
I would be so fucking pissed off.
That's so fucking annoying.
First of all, especially as the fucking healer.
Yeah.
Oh my God, protect your healers, kiss your healers, tuck them in at night, kiss them on the forehead, mwah.
And, like, the fact, Tim engraves birds suck ass into his sword, okay? And then the DM does nothing to stop it.
Yeah.
So, look, Tim is an asshole, and your dungeon master is an asshole. So allowing that to happen.
I agree. Like, that is taking it way too far.
It gets to a point where it's like bullying. And this is bullying.
And like, everyone, all of us, we all have jokes amongst our friends, but we take the piss out of each other, and that's okay because we're friends.
Yeah.
And we respect each other enough. If it gets to the point of going too far, if someone says, look, it's going too far, can we stop? We would all just stop.
Yeah.
And I can't tell if Tim ever started this playfully. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Being like just a healer and weak, that suggests to me that was never in good faith. That was never funny.
And like, you're like, petty, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is, but at the same time, does this person deserve anything else?
Yeah, listen, like, there's, as you said, OP, there is the high road. Sometimes we don't all take the high road.
Sometimes we don't all take the high road. And you know what? Yes, you probably should have just been like, Tim, like, what's going on? Like, can we talk about this? Because you're making me feel bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Tim's been a fucking asshole to you, so just not healing him like maybe you'll get the message. Yes, communicating is probably better.
Communicating is better.
Is better, but you want to know what? No, you're still not the asshole. It's like, because I don't want to heal you because you're an absolute asshole to me.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
you make my fucking D&D session miserable every week.
And you know what? I think in me, I've had to work very hard.
Yeah.
I still have to work hard to this day to not be petty like this when something pisses me off.
Yes.
And
it's hard to do.
I think in that moment, I probably would be like, I'm not going to heal you then. But I do, OP, honestly, I do think the healthiest thing for you to do is have a conversation with your DM.
Yeah. With
your DM and say, like, you can see this is happening. He can go, birds suck ass. He didn't interject.
He didn't stop it or do anything about it.
Like, could you please just not let this happen anymore? Could you have a word with Tim? And to be honest, OP, I think you have a word with Tim yourself as well.
Yeah,
like, if this is a joke, it's not funny anymore, can we stop?
And I know that this is basically, am I an asshole for not healing him? It's like, no, because to be honest, Tim's the asshole for doing this in the first place.
Tim pushed you to do it.
Tim pushed you to this point.
You know, am I objectively, yeah, I guess you kind of are a bit of an asshole for just not healing him. But listen, if you're an asshole, so am I.
Yeah, so am I. So are 99% of the people who do this. Most people would do this because it's like some people just don't like confrontation and I get that.
And you know what? It must be hard when you're sat at the table and someone's taking the piss out of you and no one's standing up for you as well.
Yeah, like, it feels real bad.
Underhanded tactics sometimes result in underhanded tactics. And I don't blame you for not taking the high road, OP. I would really struggle to as well. I can't say for certain if I would. Yeah. So...
Not the asshole.
No, oh my god, not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Definitely fucking talk to your DM and Tim. Tim, if you're listening, you suck ass.
You suck ass.
Tim sucks ass.
And I'm going to engrave it on my sword.
Like, I wonder if Tim had a problem with you when you were the sorcerer. Like, the fact that this all happened, Tim just fucking hates birds.
Tim just hates birds.
Tim just
has a fear of birds.
No!
Well, you never know.
You never know. Tim's a bird hater.
Bird hater.
Oh, birds suck ass.
Birds suck
ass. It's destroyed still true. I'm sorry I'm going on about this. I love the fact that Tim hates your character so much. He goes out his way to engrave his sword with birds.
Come on, Tim, you're better than this. Man. Well, you're not, but you should be.
No, yeah, you're definitely being targeted there, okay? I'm 100%. So sorry. And it is really uncool to actively make a player feel bad. Yeah, you're right, it's really fucking uncool.
It should never happen.
Being nice is cool.
Being nice is the coolest.
Quite simply.
It's so cool.
So fucking cool. Okay, we just had to clap out. I looked at myself in the mirror. I don't know if you can see. I cried so much. I've cried like the makeup off my neck.
Okay. You were an emotional person.
I am an emotional. I am. What of it? What of it? Huh? Okay. I could cry right now.
That's fine.
I could. Don't make me, because I could cry right now.
Don't make me cry. Stop it.
Stop making
me cry. Why would you do that?
Anyway, this is number 4.
Number 4.
This is number 4, and this has been sent in by Anonymous, please. They've left no pronouns, so we'll just call them they then.
Thank you very much, Anonymous, for your submission.
Thank you so much, Anonymous. So, my friends and I started playing D&D just before the start of COVID. It was nearly everyone's first time playing, so it was very relaxed for the most part. The only thing that ever caused tension was our couple friends. They had just gotten together maybe 6 months before we started playing, and they were equally friends with everyone, so we never thought it would cause any issues. The problem was that, despite the fact that their characters never interacted while role-playing and they had no backstory, together they would go out of their way to help each other in combat, even to the detriment of other players. It was so annoying for one of our players that they actually left the game. A few of us were frontline workers, so when COVID hit, the game had to be cut short, and with work in life, we hadn't had time to start playing again until the start of the summer. Our OG DM has had 2 kids since and doesn't have the time to DM, so I stepped in and created a homebrew world. I remember that the couple, and although they are definitely out of the puppy love stage, they are still together and are very close. So to give them a chance to make their in-game support make sense, I encouraged all players to establish bonds with other players as part of their backstories, saying that they were all starting from the same village.
Fair enough.
The couple did establish relationships, but not with each other. The man was going to be the childhood best friends with our former DM, and the woman was going to be sisters with another player. Fast forward a few sessions, and they are still helping each other out, but they're role-playing well with others too. Sometimes I would give them a gentle nudge and say something like, "Are you really going to give your last good berry to him and not your sister?" or something like that. But then we come to our most recent session. The party is escaping from a fortress, having stolen a magical item, and they are running over a drawbridge, which is over a raging river. If they fall into the river, they would be swept away from the party. The boyfriend, a gnome wizard, was running with the item and was nearly off the bridge, having run, dashed, and misty stepped. The girlfriend, her PC's sister, and our former DM were coming up the rear, having... Oh my god! Sorry! Oh!
Stop coughing.
Oh.
Less coughing on my podcast.
Oh my goodness gracious me!
As I clear my throat.
Yeah. They were coming up the rear, having stopped to jam the mechanism drawing up the bridge. The sister, who had been shoved by one guard that had caught up with them and was hanging onto the side of the bridge and about to fall into the river, and the former DM was grappling that one guard. The rest of the guards were more than 2 turns away due to some lucky rolls, but there were archers on the walls shooting at the boyfriend and then the other players that were further along. So just to make this clear, they are running across a bridge. Boyfriend's pretty much got across. He's got the item.
He's over. He's in no danger. Well, not no danger, but the least danger.
The old DM and then another player has been grappled and is about to fall off the bridge, and they're grappling the other guard.
One person's jamming the mechanism.
Yeah, so
everyone's sort of still in a bit of danger, apart from the boyfriend who's
there's a lot going on basically. There's archers shooting at the boyfriend, but everyone else too.
Okay.
So the girlfriend's turn comes. After her will be the guard grappling the former DM. The archers had just gone and hit her boyfriend, who was at about half health, but he would be out of range of the archers after the next turn. Despite all of this, the girlfriend decided to leave her sister hanging on for dear life and ran to get in range to heal her boyfriend. I sighed heavily and asked if she was sure and pointed out that her sister was in danger, but she insisted. The player playing her sister tried to argue with her, but she wouldn't budge. On the next turn, the guard got a nat 20 to get out of his grapple, and so I rolled a d4 to see what direction they would throw the former DM. They threw him to the left, knocking the former DM and the sister into the river and washing them downstream. The others had ran and escaped, and once they were out of combat, I rolled for damage to see how far the sister and the former DM went, and because the others got into a carriage going the opposite way, they are now miles and miles apart and cannot find each other. The sister and former DM are furious with the couple for playing this way, and the sister's PC is thinking of leaving the table. I've been trying to calm them down, but the couple are saying that they should be mad at me for setting the game up that way. If I'm honest, I may have been a bit too harsh letting the guards get the nat 20 and knock both of them into the river, but I feel like it was justified because the girlfriend made the stupid decision. I kind of feel like we are all assholes here, but should I be the one to take responsibility? There's a lot to this.
There's a lot to this.
There's a lot to this.
This is a tough one.
This is a really tough one because, listen, we've all been in this situation, whether it's D&D or not, where, like, people look out for the people they care about the most.
Yes.
Like, that's simply how it is.
Yes.
Like, that's just human relationships, and that's how it goes.
Yes. Is that the right thing to do all the time, though?
No, of course not.
So this is the thing, like, the boyfriend and girlfriend that are in the party should definitely recognise that other people around them are playing and are in trouble.
Yeah.
And definitely don't... There's definitely... Like, the boyfriend didn't need help there. He
was
over the bridge, about to get out of range, totally fine. You probably should have turned around and helped, whether it was sister or not.
You should have turned around and helped your party member in that situation, right?
Like, full stop. Like, that is definitely something that you should do, and you should work at that to stop just helping your boyfriend.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Now.
Yeah.
I think you can realise, and I think you've said it there, that maybe I think you definitely chucked them both off the bridge to teach her a lesson.
Yes.
Which, and in the moment I understand that doing it's like an emotional reaction.
Yeah, it's like an immediate emotional reaction.
It's an emotional reaction, like, I'm pissed off and I want to show them that they've done the wrong thing, because they have.
Yeah, they have. There's no doubt in my mind that the couple the girlfriend did the wrong thing in this situation.
Yeah, but punishing the other two...
That's exactly...
And inadvertently making them even madder at the couple probably isn't the right thing to do.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, literally word for word, I was going to say, I understand that she made this... You even said here, I feel it was justified because the girlfriend made the stupid decision. Agreed. stupid decision made. However, you didn't punish her for it, though, did you?
You
punished the other players, and I feel like that makes a subconscious rift even worse.
Yeah, and it's like you've had an emotional reaction. You've taken out on these two, but you've taken out on these two, and all it's done is make them even more pissed off with the girlfriend.
Yeah, I think unfortunately the justification was played out the wrong way. Yeah, I
exactly.
think so.
I agree.
Like, definitely the wrong way. But, you can recognize that yourself, and I respect that. Like,
so the thing is, right, like, you said, I tried to give them nudges by saying, are you really going to give the good berry? What you need to do is, don't do that. Stop doing that. Don't do the good berry thing. Don't do this.
Don't do the I sigh and I ask. Sure.
It's like, just literally say to them, person to person, dungeon master to player, friend to friend, like, what you do in combat makes it really difficult for everybody else.
Totally. Oh my god, totally.
The way you favourite your boyfriend.
I understand why you do that.
Why you want to do that. Yeah. But you're making it really hard for everybody else.
I think genuinely, first of all, I don't think you're an asshole.
I don't think you're an asshole.
I don't think you're an asshole.
I don't think she's an asshole.
I think there has just been miscommunication here that has led to really fucking frustrating moments.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like, I am a firm believer, right, of, listen, I do it too. I can beat around the bush sometimes. I really, really can. But the problem with beating around the bush is no one wins. Because you going, are you sure? There's still room for speculation. There's room for speculation. The other person might not understand social cues. They might not understand.
Yeah, they might not pick up what you're putting down in that moment. You might think, like, I'm being really clear here, but they might not get that.
Exactly. You are only really clear when you say exactly what the issue is. Exactly. And there's ways to say it that aren't mean, by the way.
Exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Just say exactly what you mean. And that needs to be the conversation here.
Oh my god,
to keep this group together, it needs to be, I know you want to look out for your boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I understand why you would want to do that, but you're making everyone else's life harder by just looking out for him.
And to be honest, you could give this as an example.
Yeah.
You could give that drawbridge as an example of, in that moment, that wasn't the right thing to do. But then I'm also thinking, OP has said it was everyone's first time playing D&D when they started in the beginning. Maybe they haven't played since, and maybe that came from inexperience.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that came from not knowing what to do.
And, when you have this conversation, I think a really good thing to say and a really good thing that will make this conversation way easier is how honest you've been here and be like, I shouldn't have done what I did.
Yeah, because you've even said it yourself.
You've even said it, like,
I was too harsh.
I was too harsh. I didn't do what I did, but I did it as a reaction to what you did because, like, I was frustrated and I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, totally.
And then that brings the whole conversation down to, we're just being honest, everyone makes mistakes. Let's just talk it out properly.
And you can say, like, in moments like that, again, I don't know if you allow above table talk in situations like that, but, consider saying, if you are ever unsure in a situation like that, you can talk above table and, like, come to a group consensus above table what the best thing to do would be if you're unsure.
Yeah.
Again, that's completely up to you.
That's up to you and your table.
Yeah, that's personal to you.
But yeah, so I don't think
any of you are assholes.
I don't think anyone's an asshole. I think there's just a conversation that needs to be had here.
Yeah. Totally.
Let's just try and not let it get the better of us
Yeah.
going forward.
Yeah. And honestly, OP, you say that the person who played the Sisters PC is thinking about leaving. I would go to them. I know you say you've tried to calm them down, and everyone's pointing the finger at each other. You all actually need to take onus.
Yeah.
And I would actually say, if you don't want that player to leave, say what you said here. Like, I think I was harsh, and in that moment, I was trying to punish her.
And the carriage went miles the wrong way. It's like
God.
the carriage. Like, the thing is, the carriage didn't need. Well, I don't know. It might have had a destination that was whatever. The river could have ran not as far away as it could have. But I understand that you probably made it do that
to prove a point.
For the same reason that you knocked them both in.
Totally.
So, like, look, I think the conversation with this person and potentially just with the entire group to just get it, let's just wash the fucking sheets.
And start try it again. Try it again and go from there.
And if it doesn't work from there, then you have your answer.
Not assholes. None of you are assholes.
I don't think anyone's
an
asshole.
I don't think so.
I don't think
any of you are assholes here.
Emotions can get the better of us, and we can make mistakes and not be assholes.
Truly, well and truly. Okay, This one is from the Reddit.
Is this number
5?
5?
5? This is 5.
Is it 5?
This
I didn't write down 4.
No!
So I'll write down 5.
And this is 5. So, the Reddit. Last night, my party killed one of their NPC companions in cold blood, and I won't let them bring him back. Last night was incredible. A chase that has taken my player nearly across the continent came to a head last night in a glass chamber over 1,000 feet above an underground lake.
Ooh.
The battle was harder than they've ever fought, and while it was desperate at times, when the dust had settled, they had only lost the barbarian completely. Keep in mind these guys are all level 10, so resurrection isn't off the table for him. However, one of their NPC companions was basically catatonic with fear for the whole fight. And if he had been there, it probably would have shifted the tide significantly, even potentially saving the barbarian's life. They said that no action was as good as fighting for the enemy, and the neutral good druid ripped out his throat in the same way that the barbarian died. They promptly looted his body and went drinking. Now that the battle lust has faded, they feel terrible and they want to resurrect him. One girl even called me while she was at work, pleading with me to allow her to resurrect the guy because she felt so bad. I said everybody had made their choice in the moment and mistakes are part of life. I say his soul is unwilling to return to the body to be at the mercy of his killers again. So am I the arsehole for making my players live with this decision? That's a bit of tea, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think you're the asshole.
No?
No, I don't. I don't think you're the asshole. I don't think you do. I think in moments like that, you have to, something as vicious as murdering the NPC.
Is this so just so I can get it, this is the one that just sat catatonic?
Yeah, they were catatonic with fear, basically. Okay. So for whatever reason, they weren't in the fight. Yeah. For whatever reason, they were
and they did it because they were like, you're a coward.
They did it because they said that taking no action is just as bad as fighting for the enemy. And they killed him in cold blood.
That's a little bit bad. That's not very nice.
There actually is an update.
Okay.
There's 2 updates, but I'll give you some context update to this first.
Okay.
The barbarian and the druid were lovers in game. That is why she felt like she should be the one to do the deed. Alignments are never stone-set things, they ebb and flow like a tide. This action will definitely colour the whole group for a long while. I won't be changing anyone's alignment for a single act. I'll just be letting them know that they've started down a dark path, and they might not like where it leads.
So that does change it.
That also kind of changes it for me too.
For me, because if let's just say let's just say you were a barbarian,
yeah,
and I was a druid, and we were lovers.
I'm both.
As we are right now,
yeah.
And I love you very much. And we were going into a very hard fight,
yeah.
And somebody that we brought there to fight,
yeah.
sat in the corner cowering, and you died.
Yeah.
I would probably go over there and kill them.
I don't think I would kill them.
I would be so close to killing them.
I don't think I would kill them. Would my character? Yes.
Yes.
My character would. Oh my god, Rayla? Rayla would.
Would you think she would kill someone? For like just cowering away?
Of course she would. Without a doubt, without a second thought, she would, yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe not at this point now.
Yeah,
like not the person Rayla is now, but oh my god, Rayla even like 15 sessions ago.
See, that does change it, I think.
Yeah, the thing is...
Because if it was just like, I kill you because you're a coward, like, if they're lovers, and they've lost their... But then the party knows that they can try and bring the barbarian back.
Yes, and you know what? I think roleplay-wise, I actually kind of love that. That's kind of tea. I actually kind of... No, I don't stand with the idea that they killed this NPC, right?
No,
I obviously don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that,
But if they committed to it, I'd be like,
fair.
But it's the backpedaling and being like, ooh, we shouldn't have done that actually.
So, like, the thing is, right, it's again, no one's asked me. I don't think.
I don't think so either. No, I don't.
I completely understand why the druid ripped out the throat of the NPC.
So do I.
Because she loved the barbarian, and now the barbarian lies dead, with the chance of not coming back because of... Yeah. Probably because of this
Agreed.
person.
Although, they killed him and looted his body.
The looting.
That's a little bit.
The looting's not very good.
That's a little bit.
That's a little bit sus.
And you know what? To be honest, actually, Rayla now would never speak to this person again and would give them a very hard time. Would probably slap them. Wouldn't kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also, if I think in moments like this, you know how we talk about like when you get a natural one and something goes terribly wrong and they shape the campaign. I feel like this is kind of like a shaping the campaign moment, isn't it?
It's a shaping of the campaign.
And I love the way OP writes. I completely agree with OP as well. Like, they're going down a dark path and things could change if they continue.
Yeah.
Or was this just a moment
of... Was this just a lapse in judgment?
Yeah.
Was it just a momentary loss of control?
And I think, actually, thematically, the NPC not wanting to come back, his soul is unwilling... I kind of like that.
I like it.
I kind of dig that.
I don't think anyone's the asshole at all.
I think maybe that's... Yeah, I think... Yeah, killing him was too far. I agree. Killing him was too far.
But then the thing is, you've had the... I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And come back to the DM, and which then that makes me think that you're probably not the asshole because
you've kind of
thought about what you've done and you thought I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But then the DM sticking to the guns and being like, no.
I really like that as storytelling. I like the DM saying no as storytelling.
Yeah, I love it.
Because that sets the precedent. You know, we always talk about show your players like the consequences to their actions. Yeah. I feel like this is it. And I don't think anyone's the asshole.
I don't think anyone's the asshole, yeah.
I kind of love it.
I kind of love it. I think anyone is the asshole. I think you would if the druid had not come back and been like, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. I would probably say that they were a little bit the asshole, but I can understand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they've come back and apologised and said, I want to bring this person back. So no one's the asshole. Not a single person.
No, I agree. Do you want to hear like the update after all of this? So they gave an update as to like what the outcome of this was. So thank you for everyone for weighing in. While initially I was looking to just clear my conscience, which has been thoroughly cleared by the way, some of you gave me some really interesting ideas that have inspired me to have a minor change of heart. It will be tough, but if they play it right, they can get him back. But he will not be the same, nor will he be their ally going forward. Lessons taught, conscience is clear, and one of my favourite NPCs can still roam the world. We all got to bite the pie. So when it comes down to this, it is a great time. When it comes down to it, this is a great game, but it is a game. And I just want everyone to walk away from the table thinking, damn, that was fun, I can't wait.
True though. You know, and then that flips around and said again, it's just a game and I want everyone to have fun.
Yeah, like if people are calling you like in their free time, like outside the game.
The NPC can come back and just be like, thank you, but we are finished.
Done. We are fucking
done.
So
I'll see, look, Jesus Christ, so you can change your mind.
Yeah, that's made me change my mind.
And, you know, like, I agree, like, maybe it was a bit of a journey to bring them back and they can repent, and I can guarantee this dude will probably be like, I understand.
Yeah, I agreed. And you know what, I feel like, what a great group you have to do this and think about afterwards and be like, actually, we want to bring the NPC.
And then you being like, no, and then you being like, well actually, if that's what you want.
If you work hard, and it's going to be tough, but you can. And I think that shows the devotion of your players if they actually go through with doing it. Oh, I like that. That's great. Love that. That's a really good one. That's I think that's my favourite one that we've read ever.
I love that.
I love that.
That was great. Well done.
Rip out throat. When?
Rip out throat. When?
How many do we have? We have 8.
I think we only have 2. 3 more.
Yes. So we're number 6.
Number 6. Yeah, we have 3 more.
So this has been sent in by Anonymous, and they go by they them.
They them Anonymous. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anonymous. Am I the arsehole for killing our campaign's final BBEG in a single turn? Hey guys, I'm Anonymous, they, them, and firstly let me say I love you guys so much, and your podcast is just wonderful and brings me so much joy.
We love you too.
We love you too so much. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. It means more than you could know.
It does. And please excuse my poor storytelling. Shut up.
Shut up. You're not welcome here anymore.
Get out of here. In the end of a recent 2-year-long campaign, I managed to one-shot our final BBEG in a single turn. We found ourselves up against a lich who was intent on becoming a god. Very Vecna-esque in nature.
Very Vecna-esque in nature, love it.
I play an assassin rogue, 15 levels, and a grave cleric, 3 levels. So I'm always looking for opportunity for a surprise round to make use of my assassin ability. Yeah, I would as well.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I can see where that build's going already.
I can see where that I can too. I managed to get a surprise round by rolling a natural 20 on stealth roll to sneak up behind him before we began combat. Mm-hmm. My character has Boots of Haste as an item, so I can cast Haste as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So in one turn, I cast Haste as my bonus action, Path to the Grave as an action, and a Green Flame Blade as a hasted action. I was able to do around 280 points of damage, and I managed to kill the BBEG in a single turn.
Oh my god.
Maybe I need to play an Assassin Rogue Glaive Blade.
The only thing with Assassin Rogue, is that you need surprise.
You have to have the perfect conditions.
You can't. It's not just like advantage. It's surprise.
Yeah. I am a min-maxing player, and everyone at the table is well aware. And I'm not the only one at the table. But I wasn't expecting to kill them off in one attack. I certainly feel like the arsehole because I feel like I ruined our final encounter, and I left everyone sitting with nothing that they could do. I both understand that maybe I'm in the wrong for going OTT with min-maxing, but I was hoping that the BBEG might be able to do something to keep the encounter going. Am I the arsehole?
So, just how many levels in what?
So, 15 levels in Assassin Rogue and 3 levels in Grave Cleric.
That's level 18.
18.
That's level 18, and your BBEG has
280. Yeah.
The things that my party fight now have way more than 280 points.
Yeah, easy.
Boss monsters, that is.
Yeah, yes, of course. Monsters. Easy.
Like you are not an asshole.
No. Oh my god, no.
Let me just decrease with my Gaval.
Oh. No, I don't think anyone's... First of all, no one's an arsehole.
No one is the
especially
arsehole.
Not you.
No one is the arsehole.
Yes, no, especially.
Your Dungeon Master isn't an arsehole.
No.
They should probably be better at balancing the encounter when you get to... How long was the campaign?
2 years. Again, that's very biased of us to say, being like they should be better at balancing campaigns. But it's
think?
Genuinely, I know 2 years sounds like a long time, but for some people, you're still learning.
True.
Especially if it's your first time DMing. I don't know if this was the DM's first time DMing.
Like, let me just hit you with this.
Mm-hmm.
Ancient Red Dragon. Party of 18s.
Yeah.
It's a fair fight. It's an easy fight.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of a bit of a cakewalk, really.
546 hit points.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally see what you're saying. I do think it is unfair to say they should be better at...
Yeah, no, that is unfair. To be fair, I will hold my hands up and say that is unfair because I love balancing encounters and I feel like I'm actually quite good at this.
Oh, you're very good at it.
Like...
Everyone excels at different parts of the game, right? And
I feel like you should at that level you should at least know what your party is capable
I completely agree. I think at 18th level, after 2 years, you should at least know that the rogue is capable of doing, maybe not 280 points of damage, but
to the grave.
But Jesus Christ, they're capable of really doing something.
Yeah.
I think the only thing here is, although to be fair, OP says there is one other person at the table who is also min-maxing. Fuck me, it must be so hard to balance a party of just a couple of min-maxers with people who are not min-maxed.
Agreed.
That's the only thing I can see being difficult. But, I'm also, in this moment, if I was the DM in that moment, I would just fucking, if I had done that and I'd just make some shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I would just do something.
The thing is, because the thing is, everyone else at the table has had a bad time because of this.
Yeah.
Like, they've played the entire campaign to get to this moment, to get to the last battle, to get to the BBEG.
Yeah.
For it to just be over in one, not even round.
I know, one surprise
the first
round.
turn.
Yeah,
like
agreed.
The surprise round.
Agreed.
They didn't get to see what the boss was going to do.
Didn't get to hear a monologue.
Like, that is sad.
Yeah, no, that is very sad. And I think in that moment, the DM should have
done something.
Let's at least get this thing at least a round in so everyone can do something at the very least. Yeah. Although I also understand on the other side of things, some people are very black and white. They're like, this has 280 hit points.
Yeah, and they're just
if it dies, it's dead.
Yeah. The thing is that, because then that also, if you just stack a bunch of hit points on, like that it doesn't have, it then makes the min-maxer feel like they are doing less because, you min-max to do loads of damage. You did loads of damage, you killed it. but you killed it, so you feel bad.
Yeah, so it's like a cycle.
It's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because
it is.
You feel bad because you killed it, but you also feel good because you did exactly what you wanted to do.
I know.
So,
and listen, 208 points of damage, that's fucking insane.
208 points of damage is a fucking lot of damage.
That's insane.
Like, that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
We haven't seen even one over 100 in one attack in my campaign.
No.
We did end of last campaign with a Vengeance Paladin who was critting and smiting and stuff like that. And we were like re-rolling 1s and 2s on damage.
Mm-hmm.
But with this campaign, we've got over 100 points of damage in someone's turn.
Yes, yeah, but not in one
attack.
Yeah, definitely. I think the highest I rolled was 86, and then the highest.
That's a lot of damage.
And then Abby also did like 87, I think, with the blight at the full level.
No, she did 56.
Was it 50? Was it?
I think.
But still, that's a fucking lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage.
I think first of all, okay, I cannot stress enough, you are not the asshole.
And I don't want to play it down. 280 points of damage is
fucking insane.
Is an unfathomable amount of damage.
Oh my god, insane.
That's a perfect conditions with unbelievable rolls. To have vulnerability from the Eyes of the Grave, to get the surprise round as the assassin rogue, because you auto crit. Yeah. You're just doubling a crit. It's absolutely insane.
And you obviously know your shit to be able to set yourself up for those perfect moments. And that's very impressive. I'm impressed. Listen, I'm impressed by you, Lauren. I'm impressed.
It's an impressive amount of damage.
It is. But I think this kind of maybe showcases, and again, we don't know what the rest of the party were like, right? Why sometimes when only a couple of people are min-maxing, it is difficult for everyone.
It is difficult, especially the DM. People who are really good at building powerful characters, and then for people who don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I just don't care.
To put them in the group together is tough.
It is tough. It is tough. I fully believe there is definitely more the DM could have done.
There's definitely more the DM
definitely.
could have done, but are they the asshole?
No, oh my god, no.
No, I don't think they are. I don't think anyone is the asshole. Again, this is the third, no one's the asshole.
Yeah, no one is the asshole.
I don't think anyone's the asshole here. Because, again, you got what you want, but also you got what you didn't want.
Yeah.
Could the Dungeon Master have done more?
Yes.
Does that make him the asshole? No, because not everyone knows how to react to those situations.
Yeah, and I also think, to be honest, when me personally, when I'm like, asshole, it's when someone's going out of their way to be malicious. Do you know what I mean?
Can the DM learn from this? Yes. Will the DM learn from this? I imagine so.
OP, could you learn from this? I'm certain you can.
Essentially.
You know what I mean? I don't think no one's the asshole here, but I am firmly in the belief that DM could have done.
The DM could have, and probably should have done.
Yeah, I agree. Should have done more. Should have done something.
That does not make him the asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
No one is the asshole.
Thanks, OP.
Thank you, OP.
Fucking, can you please teach me how to do 280 points of damage in a round?
There you go.
Thank you.
Eyes of the Grave on a grave bear.
Thank you, Sam. So this one is number 7, and this is the second to last.
Second to last.
These last two are quite long, but stick with me. Stick with me! Alright?
It's the pinnacle thing.
I'm not seeing you sticking.
I'm not seeing enough sticking.
I'm not seeing enough sticky business.
Sticky.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. I'm not going to take it back.
I said what I said. When kids have really nasty sticky fingers.
Ugh.
Like that. I'm not seeing enough of that. Bring back sticky fingers.
I despise children.
No, me too. So, this is number 7. This has been sent in by Anonymous, and their pronouns are he, him.
Thank you, Anonymous, he, him, for your
Thank
submission.
You so much.
We love you very much.
Am I the arsehole for making someone choose a different player race? A while back, a party formed out of myself, he, him, my best friend, he, him, and we will call him Paul, and some others that we both knew who were either brand new or relatively new to D&D.
Mm-hmm.
When Paul and I started hanging out with this group, we instantly started eyeing each other with the understanding that this would be a great group, and we were both pretty thirsty to play. I get that. So naturally, there was a lot of excitement. One of us type of vibes. One of us.
One of us. One of us.
I love that. I love that feeling when you're with someone and you play with them for the first time, and there's that collective feeling of,
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
One of us. Oh my god. I took the role of DM for the first time since a homebrew one-shot years ago, so that Paul, the forever DM, could finally sit down and play a character. I decided that I would run Call of Netherdeep since I didn't have time to plan a fully homebrew world, and the sentiment across the group was that we wanted an idealistic, long-form, consistent campaign. How did I say it like that? That had highs, lows, laughs, and cries. And since some of us had experienced campaigns that only lasted 2 or 3 sessions and petered out. I feel like that's a really common thing.
That's a really common thing.
Like, probably the most common thing in D&D, honestly.
It's hard. It's just hard. It's just hard.
It is. The night that the campaign and party became official, we were all so excited, thinking about classes and races, when Paul turned to me and excitedly, but matter-of-factly says, I think I'll finally play the cow.
Oh.
What he meant by this...
I'm going to squirt milk with my I'm going to heal you with my squirty milk udders. Oh.
What he meant by this was his arcane trickster character, who was a literal cow who uses glamours to look like a human and just uses his mage hands to interact with objects. I couldn't hide my lack of enthusiasm for the idea out of fear that I would have to figure out how a character with a physical body of a large beast of burden would navigate this world for a hopefully years-long campaign. Underwater encounters, crowded magic shops, even things as mundane as staircases. It seemed like at every turn I would have to think about how this literal cow would have to be able to navigate the situation on top of remembering how to DM in general. Paul pushed for the character for a while, and his main arguments are as follows. 1. Anything should be possible in fantasy. There are orcs, genasi, and Aarakocra after all. I told him that these humanoid races with minor powers differ greatly from a large beast that's somehow ascended from the herd when it comes to DMing and fighting. 2.
Oh my god.
The newer players need to see how zany and wild and nonsensical D&D can be. I told him that I would be happy to show them that type of craziness in a one-shot or another short-form experience with these rules.
Very good.
And 3. Paul insisted that it is the DM's duty to make it work in order to give players their desired experience. This horrified me, as I was obviously already worried about making sure everyone had a good time. In the end, Paul was convinced to play another one of characters he had on standby, and the campaign has gone on for 5 or 6 sessions without too many hiccups. I can't help but worry this might create issues in the show. Oh, sorry.
It's not the DM's duty to do
it's not the GM's duty to do anything.
It's not the GM's duty to make the game fun for you. That is not what the Dungeon Master is there for. And if you think it is, you gotta think again, because that is not the fucking point.
Yeah. Listen, it's disappointing that Paul is your best friend who has played D&D before and has more experience.
Thinks that.
Is doing this to you.
Yeah. Like we said recently in an Unpopular Opinions, like, joke characters are for one-shots and serious characters are for campaign.
Yeah, totally.
And, like, I understand that you can play a joke character that can turn serious, that's fine, but the fact that you have the intention to turn it serious makes it not a joke.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
The whole point is...
What was it? Someone left a comment being like... what was it? It was something like, yeah, Bum Sniffer the Barbarian is never going to turn into a proper character. What was it?
It was Dick Sniffer the Kobold Barbarian is never going to become a serious character. Like, the thing is, it's like, that's it. Like, if you name your character Dick Sniffer, like, I don't know how you think that that's going to be a serious character. And, like, look, we've said it. You can have joke campaigns, and that's fine.
Oh my god, 100%.
Joke campaigns where everything's just a bit of fucking crack and we meet up to just do stupid adventures and fucking kill NPCs and not give a fuck. Yeah. That's amazing. Totally, that's fine. Totally. If that's the game you want to play, amazing. Yeah. Doesn't sound like the game that you're running here.
No,
the
agreed.
Literal cow that is going to, like, the beast of burden that is your rogue. It's like, come on.
Like, there is, have you seen that meme where it's like brand new players and it's like they want to be like Lord of the Rings and it's experienced players who are old and weathered. It's like, I'm going to be a mage hand with a baguette.
I'm going to be a mage hand with a baguette.
You know what I mean? That's literally, that's how it
That's how it do be.
That's how it do be.
And, like, yeah, we can show the new players that D&D can be crazy and fun and anything can happen.
Totally.
Without you being a cow.
Yeah.
We can get to that point in a different way.
With no beast of burden
than you being a cow.
And I also, to be honest, I don't think I like the sentiment, like, personally, of course. Like, new players, in all caps, need to see how zany and wild and nonsensical D&D is. It's like...
Like,
it is.
Like, D&D
is.
isn't nonsensical.
Yeah.
It's got a rule book. It's got a monster manual.
Yes,
like there are monsters there, yeah, but it still has sense.
Like, that, to me, sounds like Chaos Goblin Murder Hobo
energy.
That's what I get from that.
That is... And like the thing is, that is what you want from D&D. Then get it. Get what you want.
That's
got mine. Got mine. Yeah. You get yours.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what you want from D&D, get that. But
totally.
That obviously isn't what this person wants.
Yeah, totally.
So I think you need to have a conversation about what the campaign is. What is this campaign? Is it a serious one? Is it a joke one? Can you play a cow?
No. First of all, OP, no. Oh my god, you are not the arsehole for making someone choose a different race. Is cow even a race?
No, of course it's not a race. You can be a minotaur if you want.
Yeah, cow's not even a race. And you know what? You read that and you go, am I the arsehole for making a character change race? You're like,
yeah, probably.
Ooh.
You're like, ooh.
And then you hear that they're a literal
cow. Then you're saying that they wanted to just be a cow.
Yeah, that's just annoying. That is great one-shot material.
Yeah, but the thing is, that is stupid campaign material. But it's that's obviously not the game that this person's trying to run. And like, you aren't the arsehole for wanting to be a cow, but you're the arsehole for wanting to be the cow in this campaign.
Yeah, you're the arsehole for... To have 3 points, to push them so hard, and to be like, anything's possible. No, it's not.
Well, it's not.
No,
it's not. That's not. It's like, you can't jump to the moon. Like, I don't care how many natural 20s you roll. Like, that's the point.
Yeah. And it's like it's the DM's duty to make it work. No, it's not.
It's not the DM's duty to do anything other than tell the story.
It's everyone's duty to work together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? 100%. It's no one's job to do anything. No. It's a game. You know what I mean?
It's a game. like, everyone should make sure that everyone's having fun. Not just the dungeon master should be making everyone have fun. Because if that's the fucking case, that's a lot of fucking pressure for your dungeon master, and that's not what they're there to do.
And everyone said they wanted an idealistic, long-form, consistent campaign, highs, lows, laughs, cries.
Do you know what that makes me think of?
Oh, yes, it's giving cow.
It gives cow.
It's giving cow.
It's giving cow.
It's giving cow.
I want cow from this. It's giving cow. It's giving cow.
Giving cow.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
why are you doing that? Why are you playing a cow?
Yeah. You know what? I kind of want to hit this with a rancid vibes a little bit.
I think this is a bit of rancid vibes.
I kind of want to hit this with a bit of rancid vibes.
I feel like Paul's a little bit rancid vibes.
A little bit of rancid vibes.
Like, it's not quite putrid.
No.
It's not quite putrescent.
No.
But it is rancid.
Rancid vibes.
It is the variety of vibes that are rancid.
Yeah, I think I think it's very unfair of Paul to be doing this to you, especially knowing that you're a new DM, especially considering that they're more experienced. It feels unfair, and it's disappointing that your friend is doing this to you.
Agreed.
But maybe your friend is doing it to you because they think it's funny and they think it's acceptable.
And you should probably let Paul know that
totally.
Nobody expects that of him.
Oh my god, no, totally.
When Paul DMs and sits behind the DM screen,
is this projecting?
You just need to say to Paul, I don't expect you to provide the fun.
No, I don't project. I don't think it's your duty to make things work,
to provide the fun.
So please don't expect.
So don't expect that.
Yeah, but I'm glad that he did change his mind.
I am glad.
You're 5-6 sessions in.
And it's okay.
And yeah, I feel like it could potentially create issues in the future.
What you need to do now is just never kill Paul's character. Because as soon as you kill Paul's character, he's going to get you and say,
I gotta get the cow.
I think it's time for the cow.
I think it's cow time, baby.
I think it's time for the cow.
Yeah, it's cow time, baby. Yeah, no, OP, you are definitely
No, you are not. I decree not the arsehole.
And Paul's kind of rancid vibes a little bit.
Paul's a little bit rancid vibes.
A little bit rancid vibes.
A little bit. And I know he's probably not, and he's your friend.
I know he's your best pal.
But right now he's acting a little bit rancid.
Yeah, kind of digging his heels in for no reason, I think.
Well, does he want to speak out?
Digging his boobs. Giving cow.
Giving cow.
So this last one is fucking wild.
This is a Reddit.
This is This is the submission. And it's kind of wild.
Okay.
I'll just go. So this has been submitted by Connor. They left no pronouns, so we'll call them they them.
Thank you, Connor. They're them.
Thank you very much.
We love you very much. Thank you for your submission.
So, am I the arsehole for not buying pizza for my party anymore? Hello. So I play a weekly game on Monday nights from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. in America. I was the newest member to this group, as everyone else knew each other and had been best friends / played together before. We were playing a descent into America, with myself being a bard, a barbarian, a cleric, a sorcerer, and a druid, and a DM. I don't know what descent into America is.
Neither do I.
But I'm glad for you. After the few sessions, I noticed that everyone was showing up to play immediately after they got off work. And as we were playing for several hours, that many people started to get hangry a couple of hours into the session.
Look, we got a hangry person here. She likes to get a little bit hangry.
The second that blood sugar dips, I'm furious.
Oh my god.
Oh, don't come near me.
Anything can push you up.
You know, Paladin's aura of hate.
Oh yeah.
Don't come near me.
I like as soon as I can see she's getting a little antsy, I'm like,
you hungry?
Should we get some
a little snack?
Should we just get some
snack? And then I'm like,
it's nothing to do with being hungry. And then we get something to eat. She was like, I may have been a little bit hungry. I may have been slightly hungry.
I could have potentially just been hungry. So I get it. At the time, I had a well-paying job and I worked from home on Mondays. So to try and be the nice guy, I began to buy a couple of pizzas for everyone before I arrived. I didn't mind, and it was making the overall game much more fun since no one was grumpy.
Fair dues.
And as a bonus, my DM gave us all +1 inspiration since no one is upset when they have pizza. Agreed.
Peacepiration.
I could definitely be upset and eat pizza.
I could definitely eat pizza right now.
Oh god, me too. Should we get pizza?
No.
Should we get an afternoon? Should we get a lunchtime pizza?
No, we shouldn't get a lunchtime pizza.
What do you mean? Lunchtime pizza?
No, we shouldn't get a lunchtime pizza.
I would kill for a pizza right now. Unfortunately, after about 12 to 13 sessions like this, I was laid off due to budget cuts and being the newest/youngest member of staff. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Connor.
I'm sorry. That's hardships have befallen quite a lot of us, so I understand.
I had to take a job at a local supermarket to make ends meet till I found another good job. I didn't have much money after this, and unfortunately, this meant I could no longer afford pizza 4 times a month. Agreed. Dude, pizza, especially for a group of how many? 6?
And nobody expects that of you.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well, nobody expects that of you.
Well. Everyone is upset about this, as they had all become accustomed to it. But most of them understood where I was coming from when I said I could no longer afford it.
Fair enough.
Everyone, except the druid, that is.
Druids, man. Am I right?
What do you mean?
Fucking druids. Am I right? Am I right?
No.
It's not on paladins.
Stinky druids. She claimed that I needed to keep buying for everyone as she liked the food and it was something they had all become to expect of me. I told her I was still happy to pick up something on my way there, but I couldn't keep doing it out of my own pocket. I asked if everyone still wanted me to pick up pizza. Everyone contributed $3 each to cover the cost of 2 pizzas a week between 6 people.
That's $3.
Oh my god, why wouldn't you do that?
That's like cheap as chips and you all get fucking 2 pizzas each. That's
gold.
gold.
Why wouldn't you do that?
That's such a great idea.
Everyone had no problems with this. Except the druids.
Druids, am I right?
She said I shouldn't have ever begun bringing free food if I didn't intend to continue doing so until the campaign was over. In turn, I told her she was being childish and entitled. We ended up still playing that night, but I could tell...
She's being a little bit more than that. She's being a fucking asshole.
I could tell the druid was still very upset with me as she would intentionally cast spells and play in ways that were meant to impede my character.
Oh my god.
The next day, my DM said that the druid wasn't letting this go and he wanted to kick her from the group.
Good.
I didn't want that outcome as I was the new guy and these people had been friends for years and the druid is also my DM's sister. In the end, I left the group because I didn't want to cause any more issues in the party. I feel like I'm in the clear on this, but I'm just not sure because I might have gotten mixed feedback. Am I the arsehole?
No, not to the arsehole.
Connor, is this real?
You did a nice thing by noticing that everyone was a little bit grumpy, so you got them some pizza. And yeah, everyone was a little bit sad that there was going to be no pizza time.
I get it.
And then you said, no, it's okay, we can have pizza time. I just need a little bit of help because, I got laid off and I got a different job and it doesn't pay as well. That's life.
First of all, your friends should have been offering from the get-go.
They should have been offering from the get-go.
They should have been offering from the very first instance to
split
the pizza.
You got pizza this week, I get pizza next week. I think the best thing to do is always just be like, yeah, I'll just get it, just give me the cash.
Yeah, totally.
$3.
$3.
That's just to break that down into pounds, baby. That's like £1.50.
Yeah, but even then, money aside, because some people can't give the £1.50.
Oh, that's fine.
I totally get it.
So why
did you eat the pizza?
Why did you eat the fucking pizza? Why did you expect Connor to pay for it?
Man.
If it's a case of I can't afford that, then it's then don't expect Connor to.
Or, if I can't afford that, maybe we can come to some sort of agreement. Do you know what I mean?
You only pay $1 because you can't. That's fine. We're mates.
Someone might just go, I'll pay your half. I don't mind.
I'll pay for it.
Do you know what I mean?
We're fucking mates. We'll figure it out together. It doesn't matter.
To have your friend, right, and I understand that you're new to the friendship group, etc., but you're still friends. To have your friend lose their job, right, and say, I'm sorry, I can't afford it anymore, but still offer to go through the physical act of picking up the pizza. Is this real? This can't be real.
This is pestilent.
Oh, this is pestilent. Oh my god, this is pestilent vibes.
This is disgusting.
This can't be fucking real.
Like, how fucking entitled are you?
Oh my god.
You fucking asshole.
What
to be
an asshole.
if you were never going to keep it up the whole campaign.
Why did you ever start?
I don't know, because he was thinking about you, because he wanted to do a nice thing for you.
Tell me you are an entitled
piece of
Tory.
Shit. Tory.
Tell me you are
motherfucker.
oh my
and
god.
for you Americans, I mean a Republican.
Yeah, we mean Republicans.
Republican scumbag.
Like who grow up entitled
as fuck.
That's so unacceptable. And then to be like casting the spells.
Oh my god, get the fuck out. You should never have left that person.
No, you shouldn't have.
The fucking DM who's literally the brother to the druid
and it's like that was unacceptable.
I'm going to kick him out the grove.
Yeah.
Like, you should have just let the DM kick them out the grove.
Oh god, Connor. I'm sorry.
You nasty ass piece
of really hope that you just crafted this as a joke.
I hope this is fabrication.
I hope this is satire.
Do you want to know what?
I hope this is satire because this is so terrible.
This is the first time in my life, Connor, that I hope I'm being lied to.
Yeah, no, same. Yeah, same.
I hope you lied to me.
I hope you lied.
I hope you've lied to me.
This is terrible.
This is terrible.
This is unacceptable.
Like,
rude.
If you can't afford it, fine. Just be honest. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
and
totally,
just
say to the group,
totally.
like, look, I can't afford to do that. Does anyone mind subbing me? And I bet you everyone would have gone, yeah, that's fine. It's okay. Like, everyone's in a different situation in life.
Do you know what a great rule in life is? A great rule of thumb.
Go on, tell me.
Don't fucking expect anything from anyone because no one owes you anything.
And you'll never be disappointed.
Never.
You'll never. If you don't expect anything from anyone, you'll never be disappointed.
Indeed. Do not think anyone owes you anything.
Nope.
Do not think you owe anyone anything as well. It works both ways.
Don't
fucking expect shit from people.
Let's hit our hammers together.
Shall we? Oh.
That was violent. Take a second. Why? I'm not hitting it. Give me a second. I'm trying to line it up.
Right, but you do a countdown. No, please. Count down.
3, 2, 1.
What do you mean?
I still didn't.
This is a you
2,
issue.
1. There we go. That was good.
What? Oh no, we didn't rank it.
Oh.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Pestilence. We didn't hit the faces of the hammer together, but it doesn't matter.
Pestilent vibes.
Wow. Right.
I'm sorry for audio listeners. That was probably real shit for you.
Right, okay, you beautiful people.
That's it. That's all we have.
That's an hour and 25 minutes in. I think there's a small break in there. Still 2 hours and something in.
Yeah.
So, look. You've had your fill.
No, you've had your fill. Get out of here.
That was only 8. That took so long.
It took so long. Who's bringing the pizza?
I'm not paying. And if you bring me a pizza, I expect it every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah, because why would you start something that
and if you don't, it's your fault.
Yeah. That's it.
Eldritch Blast t-shirt, a little bit old now.
Oh.
I've had that for years.
Wow, that was
wrecked.
This was the very first prototype we ever made.
T-shirt we ever made.
Like 4 years ago?
3 and a half, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So you can pick up an Eldritch Blast t-shirt, you can pick up a Rage t-shirt, you can pick up some mugs, spell cards, notebooks, all sorts from our shop, Hellbound Dice, which will be in the description down below. If you want to pick up a Podblast t-shirt, go to www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk.
You save 10%. I set up a code. If you put code Podblast in Etsy, you save 10% off everything.
10% off our Hellbound shop, not the merch.
Get it right, not the merch.
Join the Discord down below if you haven't. Homebrew challenge being rolled. A god, deity, or patron for the corrupted theme. Head to there and join in.
Yep.
If you haven't.
3,000 likes when?
Click the bell to be notified when we upload a video on a Wednesday, on a Monday, and a Thursday. Comment down below with your rulings upon these Am I There?
Yeah, what do you think?
What do you think? Tell me what you think.
What do you think?
And if you're not going to do that, just type a full stop or say hello or something like that. Give me the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe if you haven't. I know most of you have. Thank you very much. I love you.
I love you.
Bully loves you.
Bully loves you.
We've been the Eldritch Podblast, and we'll see you on Thursday. Bye!